Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
This is Patrick Stewart, and I always watch Pop Talk with Pacific414. Make it so.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Cash Money can put his change in my piggy bank any day.
I call bullshit.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, along with Baron Orman Tagge, Cash Money 007, and Stealth as Optional member, the Pata Wannabe. I am your host, Mike. That's right. Today, if you are a Stealth as Optional member on the Pacific414 YouTube channel, you are able to join today's broadcast as we discuss several articles lined up for this Sunday's show. If you are looking for the invite link, it is posted in the community page for Stealth as Optional members. And speaking of articles for today, before we get into those, I want to find out how Pata Wannabe, how Baron, how Cash, how you guys are doing, and how the chat's doing.
Hello.
Let the guests go first.
I'm sorry.
Come on,
I am sneezing and I am mucusy and life is good. Oh, looking forward to this. Hey, come be one of us. One of us. One of us. Come, join the club. It's not that bad. You don't even really have to talk to these guys that much.
What?
Okay.
Well, I'll just go
I
ahead
love
and
you
mention,
all. Are you kidding?
mention the perk of being a Stealth as Optional member on the YouTube channel. Perk number one is any and all videos that I happen to upload on the YouTube channel. Stealth is optional, and also the Paific414 members get to see those first. Now, also for Stealth is Optional members, you get a member stream once a month where you get to decide the topic, unlike Pop Talk, where the topics have been predetermined. And speaking of Pop Talk, one Sunday per month, probably the last Sunday of each month, there's going to be a Pacific414 Pop Talk where Stealth is Optional members can join. And you can do this all for a reasonable price of $4.99.
No tax.
Well, that's before tax, depending on where you live. It might be a little more, but
I was wondering about that. Do they put tax on that in other states? I was always because I moved to a state where it doesn't have taxes, so I was wondering. It's like, I wonder if do memberships come with tax? Like, does a super chat get taxed?
I know one of my memberships usually rounds out to be $5.49 a month.
Okay, so yeah,
and that's with tax.
It does add something in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. The man is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And see, not only am I a host, I'm a member. That's how I can secure my spot on this show.
Oh, you sound like that guy
No,
on
you don't have to be a
hair loss
member just to be
commercials.
on Pop Talk. Like I've said before, there will
There's
be
like,
occasional
"It's
open
me!
panels every
Me!"
once in a great while where everybody can come on. I probably won't have those on a Sunday. I'll probably have them during a Wednesday show, but this is just a special little perk added for Stealth is Optional members. And
Baron's like, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, and
Yeah,
stop.
no whammies.
Yeah, I get a
right.
whammy. You know that.
Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
Mhm.
No whammies.
Oh, I always do.
well, he's a co-host, so he'll get the co-host lecture after the show.
I always do.
You're like, we might have to have some contract renegotiations after this.
But the way it's going, the cash is working that up there. I mean, whew, before show, oh my.
We wish Cash Money the best on its future endeavors, whatever they may be.
What it is Baron and I are like working on getting that pirate flag up again. Start a mutiny.
What we need to do is really get to work on that old war room going on here. We gotta get that rocking, man.
Mm-hmm. True.
We gotta get that rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
Get the war room going. Get to the war. Yeah. What did I say? War? Oh, figuratively, YouTube. Oh, wait a moment. We're plugging another show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so very sorry.
I'm sorry.
Did I say anything? Did I put up a strike? No, I did not.
You didn't put up a strike? Oh. Okay, we're a little feisty this morning. I suppose it's my turn because Cash just got up from being up all night talking and chatting and fighting on the Twitterverse in the DMs.
No,
you know how he is. You know
he's
how
a late night keyboard warrior.
No fighting, man. It's not
Quit going after Jack Black and Pauly Shore, dude. Give him a break.
I mean,
Jack Black and Pauly Shore.
The last
time I actually said anything, I think I did tag George Lopez, and I'm like, George, what are you doing? And that was a while ago, though. What are you doing, George?
Yeah.
Cash wakes up in the morning and it's.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You kidding? He comes into the backstage every Pop Talk. You know what really grinds my gears?
He goes downstairs for breakfast in the morning at the table, and
you know what really grinds my gears?
Just look to see.
We joined in Discord for Dark Tide streams.
I'm like, what?
First thing we hear is.
You know what really grinds my gears?
He goes out to the Whole Food to get his food, and
you know what really grinds my gears?
I'm always looking for those articles to trigger Baron about D&D.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk about the Orc Mexicans. Oh my God, that was.
And here I was trying to watch out for Baron's health and not select any of the D&D.
I need. Oh, come on, Cash. Mike, you know better than that. Both of you know better than that. When it comes around to that, and my blood pressure and all that,
I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain.
I do.
I mean, man, dude. Well, one of the worst
me alive.
Was that PBS News article. Oh, that was just absolute slander. Absolute slander.
Oh, I might have forgotten that one already.
Oh yeah, you tore that one.
So much stupid.
Pieces.
Oh yeah,
I know. You out with that. I was like, what the hell is this, guys? Like, seriously, how dare you? Like, seriously, this whole thing about how D&D was never welcoming to certain people.
Yeah. I remember that article from a few months ago.
Such bullshit.
Isn't that why they made up the saying, if it wasn't hard, it's not worth doing? I mean,
yeah, well,
there was always that feeling of kind of breaking into something when you did it. You very much felt like an outsider. Like, I remember being a kid, even going to the arcade. You'd been there. I'd never been there by myself. you know, and it's just you get a whole different look at everything. So I mean, I can understand because I always looked at D&D like, oh, that's a level I don't know if I can get into. I had a friend that did D&D, and I would see his maps and stuff that he would make in his books, and it's like, wow, I'm not ready for that. I'm a kid still.
Although urine trickled down his leg because he got scared. I mean, it's all that stuff.
That's a beautiful picture on a Sunday.
Hey, it's afternoon here, so I can say that. But and the thing is, like I said, I like watching those old commercials. Sometimes they put those old commercials on the YouTube, and you watch them. And say, oh, we got a block of commercials from the '80s. Oh, okay, and what do they got? They got a TSR commercial,
yes,
with D&D, and you got everybody from the typical nerd, right? That's on there,
right.
And then you got a regular guy. Then you have a girl. Then you have a guy that looks like he might be a little more jockish, and then you have another girl, and it's like, yeah. It was never aimed towards women. Women never felt welcomed into the hobby. The greatest map of D&D ever made, the World of Greyhawk, was done by Darlene, who is a woman. So we've never been welcoming. Never been welcoming. Get those women out of here. We're the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Yeah. No, ma'am. D&D, no, ma'am.
And you wrong over on Rumble. Good to see you wrong. Says, I'm at the point if you use Wizards of the Coast products in your gaming, I don't want to be at your table.
I can understand that.
Okay, and as long as the old stuff, the
old stuff, yes.
Yeah, 3.5, or you go into the old TSR games. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you go to that one. Yeah, go ahead. Or yeah.
So here's Baron pulling out all his old D&D books. Blowing all the dust off.
I don't need to. They're right behind me. I look at them all the time. I pull them off the shelf and go through them.
Baron, I'm making a fun of here.
I don't need to dust them off. I have them memorized.
I have them memorized. Come on, man. I know you're trying to make fun, huh?
He's got D&D Cliff Notes that he keeps up his sleeve.
I guess the one that does have dust on it is my Dragonlance one I got from 3.0, but I never was a big fan of Dragonlance. You hear that, Phil? Phil loves Dragonlance.
I remember seeing Dragonlance books.
Yep.
Like novels and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing that really shot off the novels for TSR in the day, and then, of course, followed through with the Forgotten Realms. So, yeah, I mean, there's just books upon books that was done.
Because that reminds me, too, when I first broke into reading Star Wars EU. I was like, I'm not going to pick up a bunch of Star Wars books and take them to the desk.
I mean, you even had
1990, man.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG books and stuff. It's crazy. X-Men or like Marvel stuff. And
it seemed like they had
cool
something
stuff.
for
Judge Dredd. Yeah.
And Euron follows up by saying old school essentials. The Na'vi, Shadow Dark, etc. There's just too many better indie alternatives to continue to support Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, of course. There's no. They just went full pandering. I mean, it's not just that; it's also the attacks on old fans. It's like, wow, guys, really?
Right. I mean, just hit the used bookstores or whatever. You can get all sorts. I mean, if you want to play D&D, like I said, get the old stuff there. I mean,
eBay will hook you up too. Yeah.
Yeah, eBay too. I mean, not a cent's going to go to TSR. I mean, Wizards of the Coast now because the stuff's been bought. It's just
right.
I mean, at least play the good stuff when it comes to it. But yeah, you got GURPS. You got the old GURPS system still. If you got the books, or you can get them on eBay or wherever. And the old Star Wars D6. Well, those can get pricey though. Those can get pricey. But yeah, I mean,
don't forget your pawn shops.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Those are an untapped resource right now. The pawn shops have more stuff than they've ever had, especially since a lot of those used businesses are going out of business.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Such a bummer too. I mean, that was the place I shopped, the recycled music and movies and stuff like that and games. And it's like, that's where I would go all the time. And then they just kind of went away. There was a big, huge one where I lived in Sacramento, and they just decided they didn't want to do it anymore. And it's like, oh man, where am I going to get all my good stuff now?
Yeah. No, that's also places. And you can get them. You can get pretty good prices for some of them if you go to the right places. Half price books has gotten carried away, though. Half price books really has gotten carried away. They go in there and they see the book and go out of print. It's like, no, snarkies there. Of course, it's out of print. That doesn't mean it instantly goes up in value. I mean,
some stuff goes out of print for a reason. No. I'm not saying that with this stuff it's different. It's because of games and stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean they got the new editions and stuff like that, so they don't have the first edition stuff in print. But you got third parties out there that make stuff for it still. I mean, you got now. Granted, I do have some 5th edition, but that was before WotC really went bonkers with this garbage. But but I did get like the Goodman games where they redid a couple of redoing the old modules and bringing them up. Not only did he have the 1st edition stuff in there, you also have 5th edition rules. So again, that's a third party. Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Temple of Elemental Evil, the two book set that threw my back out again. I mean, there's just a lot of options. You don't have to go WotC. Screw you, WotC.
And that's pretty much what David Tennant's saying in this first story here.
Oh, we're going to the first story already? Cool. I like that.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, everybody, I'm doing okay. I'm doing great, by the way. Peachy as ever. Beautiful weather. 68 degrees, sunny, cool breeze. So that's how I'm doing today, folks. So, I had to get that in there.
It's about me.
No. Mike was asking how we're doing today. And so
I know he was.
Cash, forget it. He's not doing well.
Cash? Who's Cash?
This is what happened to Cash.
Why is Cash?
Well, yeah, exactly. This is what happened to Cash this morning.
It's not a liquid. It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor-like surface.
That was Cash this morning.
Sure.
It was. We had proof right there, Cash.
Yeah.
And this is this is what I feel about Baron.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
What faith? What faith? I'm not faithless in this.
Come
on, man.
We had this article from Bounding into Comics from Spencer Bakuli. It was posted on the 25th. It says Doctor Who star David Tennant responds after UK Minister for Women of Equalities announces plans to legally define sex as biological. I don't wish ill of her. I just wish her to shut up. David, follow your own advice.
Yeah.
David, seriously, bro. Come on.
We need
the fuck
to have
is
that
wrong
clip.
with you lately? Seriously.
We need to find a clip where it goes, will you please shut up or something like that. No, there's no there.
I could get a clip of Chris Jericho while he's wrestling saying, would you please shut the hell up?
There we go. That's what we need. Until then.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
During a recent appearance at the 2024 British LGBT Awards, Doctor Who star had... Okay, Spencer, you got to proofread before you post this.
Please.
It's not like you're on X where you have to pay for an edit button. You can edit it and fix it.
They gotta get that out there, man, fast. They're it's like boom, we gotta beat everybody, man. We gotta beat everybody. We gotta beat Lois Lane, man. We gotta beat Clark Kent to the punch, man. Come on, man. Back to you, Mike.
Doctor Who's star had some choice words for the United Kingdom's current Minister of Women and Equalities, Kemi Badenoch, regarding her stance on certain transgender issues. A member of the country's Conservative Party, also known colloquially as the Tories, recent years have seen Badenoch draw an ire of transgender activists due to her noted opposition to their own socio-political beliefs. Speaking to an unknown party in 2018, an audio recording of which was later leaked to the public 3 years later, the career politician can be heard voicing both criticism and confusion toward the current state of the transgender rights movement. It's no longer about minority rights in terms of race anymore or nationality, Badenoch rants. It's now, it's not even about sexuality now. It's now like the whole transgender movement, where, okay, well, we've all got gay marriage and civil partnerships, so what are transsexuals looking for? Even when so people hear about like the whole bathroom thing, she continues, it's actually more of an American thing, but they have a similar problem. That right? So now, oh gosh.
Spencer.
Dang it, Spencer.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if this is actually what she said or Spencer's just trying to get it in there as quickly as possible.
I don't know. Man, this is quite a word salad, but yeah.
Golly.
Well, he might be actually quoting her right, though. We have to give him a little bit of credit.
Yeah, he might be.
Yeah.
Right, so now it's not just about being free to marry who you want. You now want to have men using women's bathrooms. Further, earlier this month, Badenoch announced that should the Tories win the country's upcoming general election, they would work to modify their national 2010 Equality Act to legally recognize the concept of trait of sex as purely biological. Whether it is rapist being housed in women's prisons or instances of men playing in women's sports where they have an unfair advantage, it is clear that public authorities and regulatory bodies are confused about what the law says on sex and gender and when to act, often for fear of being accused of transphobia or not being inclusive, the minister told the BBC on June 3rd. That is why we are today pledging that if we form a government after the election, we will clarify that sex in the law means biological sex and not new redefined meanings of the word. The protection of women and girls' spaces is too important to allow the confusion to continue. Notably, under the new legal definition of sex, a transgender individual could still be recognized by their preferred sex by going through an Audrus, I think that's what it is.
Argus.
I'm trying to wake up myself, so going through an arduous verification itself, including numerous medical and psychological consultations and applying for a gender recognition certificate. This certificate, which requires an applicant to go through numerous medical and psychological consultations in order to obtain legally, modifies one's sex on their birth certificate and adds it to a specific note indicating the change.
Yes, you got it. You're rocking it.
Wow.
Well, there's an endorsement.
You did it, man. You did it, man.
To this end, upon taking the stage at the aforementioned award ceremony to accept his honoring as the host organization Celebrity Ally of the Year, Tennant took the opportunity to voice his opposition to Berenor's politics. Well, yeah, you guys seem to always put your politics first and foremost. Why can't other people voice theirs?
Mm-hmm.
I am glad to receive this. I am thrilled to be here and to be a part of this night. The Doctor Who star began his acceptance speech with a slogan, a reference to his regular wearing of shirts that bear such trans text as "Leave trans kids alone, you absolute freaks. You will have to go through me." I attract the ire of the occasional online idiot, but I don't have social media. So even I have to be told that from my brilliant wife, Georgia, who is the real engine behind anything we do. Well, we know who wears the pants in that relationship.
Yeah. And isn't that really nice that he goes out there and starts calling people idiots like that? People will probably his
Oh,
favorite.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good job there. Yeah, good job there, Mr. Tennant. Let's just go straight out with the name callings instead of being more political. Or
Maybe
political, but,
actually do your research and understand biology is a real thing. I know YouTube. What? I know.
Well, instead of going out there, there are people, the people that oppose me or whatever, instead of just saying idiots, because you know what?
That's right.
These people aren't necessarily idiots.
No.
No, not at all.
Some of these people probably have more letters after their names than you could ever imagine.
That's right.
And hello to DJ Ronnie G. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And also want to say hello to Deleted Scenes. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Deleted Scenes.
Hey, Deleted.
And if you have time, Deleted, you can join the panel if you'd like.
And you're not a nerd. Only DJ gets that distinction. Just want to let you know. Nerdle.
Also want to say hello to Pop Culture Mechanic.
Hey.
Hello, Pop Culture.
Yeah, I was going to say. Big
right.
All right. So it goes on to say I have to be told about that from my brilliant wife, Georgia, who is the real engine behind anything we do. She educated me about empathy and understanding, and and she has been a huge come on, Mike, speak educator for me. I told you I was tired.
That's
You're fine, dude.
That's so funny.
Really. So
my wife taught me good.
Let me get
did
this.
it, yay!
Did I do it right, hon?
Let me get this straight. You didn't know anything about empathy and understanding prior to meeting your wife?
Nope, I was a huge dick.
Educate you? Okay.
That's
your parents never taught you that? Your mother never taught you that? Your father never taught you
I did it.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, this is the man that your mother tries to keep you from being. Come on, man, really?
Well, I'm sure he'll probably sit back.
That's such a prepared statement. It's so ridiculous. Well, I did not know good between bad. Me did bad till wife come. Then me good.
It really
you know what that sounds really like, man. I want to be.
Oh my god.
Mongo was just pod. It Game of Life.
Game of Life. I was thinking the same thing. Well, I'm sure he'll be one of those that comes forward and says about his intolerant parents, are something in that same vein, like they like to do.
Goodness.
So because they like to do that. Man. I'm not saying poor man. It's like he can't think.
He can't think for himself. Nope. He's a drone.
Mm-hmm.
He needs his patch update from his wife.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Is that a polite way of saying pegging? Whoa. Okay, I'm good.
She explained things to me. Now makes sense.
Take it however you
She
will.
used small word for me.
You know, David Tennant, the reason why we're dumping on you is because you dare call us idiots. So therefore, welcome back to the internet, man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't check social media. Find me. Ask my wife. Yes.
Me don't like you look. Me don't want.
You did good, David. You hit all the points. You said everything right, David.
Yay,
Yeah.
David! You did that.
Dr. Georgia made sure you hit all the points, David. Good job.
You can have a piece of candy when we get home. Good.
Oh
boy.
gosh, that reminds me of Jill after the debate
man.
Thursday
Oh,
night.
no. Oh yeah.
That's what I was doing,
Wife-
man. That's
Wife
exactly
gave
what I
me
was doing.
5 stars. She said, "Good boy." She gave me pat on head.
Oh my gosh.
I get to go to Waffle House or whatever the hell they got
Yay.
over there in England. I go to the Banger House. No,
Tennant
Banger.
then asserted. Oh, wait a minute. He asserted. I didn't think he was capable of that. I
He
thought
got
his
the
wife
okay.
had to tell him.
He got the okay. He looks over at her. She nods. He's like,
At least-
okay.
At least it wasn't inserted, but okay.
But I think if I'm honest, I'm a little depressed by the fact that acknowledging that everyone has the right to be who they want to be and live their life how they want to live it, as long as they're not hurting anyone else, should merit any kind of special award or special mention, because it's common sense, isn't it? It is human decency. We shouldn't live in a world where that is worth remarking on. Turning his attentions toward Badenoch herself, the actor added, however, until we wake up and Carrie Badenoch doesn't exist anymore, I don't wish ill on her. I just wish her to shut up. Well, David, why don't you stop while you're ahead and follow your own damn advice, you prick?
I agree with him. Participation awards do suck. That's basically what he's saying he got. You know, it's like, well, I got an award just for being normal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I got an award for being a tool. I got an
for
award
not
for
screaming at people.
Then you know what he should do? He should decline the award.
Look, it's not our fault these people don't want to live in reality. It's not our fault. It really isn't. You can be whatever you want. You want to go out and pretend you're Grimace? Go nuts. That doesn't mean we're gonna all entertain that.
Not everybody needs to know your secret.
Yes, I dress up as Grimace and I try to help the Mets. Sure. You heard about that, right, Mike? It's so funny.
I didn't just hear about it. I saw the video.
I'm sure.
Okay, we'll talk about this after the show. I haven't heard anything, but this sounds entertaining. Tell me about it after the show.
All right.
Here, I'll just give you the short version. Grimace threw out the first pitch at a Mets game recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the Mets ended up winning a couple games, and they thought Grimace was their good luck charm.
Oh, he's got to be there at every game. So
Right.
Grimace shirts.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
It was fixed.
Finally, drawing his speech to a close, Tennant concluded, while we do live in this world, I am honored to receive this. I am thrilled to be here and be part of this night, he told the crowd. Pride is very important in our house. It's a family affair. We have a skin in the game. So this event tonight thrills me. It gives me hope. It gives me fire. It gives me energy and deep joy. And even if I feel I don't really deserve this, I'm very pleased and very proud to be receiving it. Thank you all so much. Yeah, but like all actors, you make an award ceremony an opportunity to make a political statement.
Of course.
All about you.
Yeah.
All about
Well,
you.
How did that go for people like LeVar Burton? how'd that go?
Well, let's be fair. Basically, where we was at with getting that awards, that whole awards thing was just a political thing, anyways. It wasn't like going to the freaking, Academy Awards or Golden Globes or the BAFTA,
Right.
Right. Over there. It's not like you're going there and getting an award because your acting abilities.
Right.
You're going there because you're a useful patsy, and you're supposed to spew out all these.
I agree. Yes.
Now the thing is, again, as we've all said before, there are people who are true transgender. They do, believe they are in the wrong body and do the transition. They're not out there making a big deal. Blair White is one of the most famous ones out there and such.
Yes.
So there are those out there, but there's many out there that are not. I mean, when you're just putting on a dress, you still got a beard, and you say you're a trans woman. No, you're an attention-seeking whore.
That's
Can
right.
you say that in here? My apologies.
No.
And
That's
basically,
what the warning disclaimer's for.
yeah, and
whatever.
And the thing is, these are basically men mansplaining how to be a woman to a woman.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And it's a freak show. They're turning into a freak show. They're doing mental damage to people, especially children. If you're going to try, my boy played with Barbies for a little bit. Oh, they're a woman now. Or my daughter's a tomboy, so she must want to be a man. Right?
Let them decide when they're 18. Whatever they want to change. Whatever they want to do. Yeah.
I have news out there. There are effeminate males who are absolutely heterosexual.
That's right.
There is not a gay bone in their body, but they come across effeminate.
Well, it's just that's why it's so weird, Baron, when even, from people who are famous and this and that, who's like, I'm a male feminist. And it's like, are you proud of that? I mean, you can be whatever the hell you want, but it's like, are you proud of that? That seems really, I don't know if you should be proud of that, but all right, go nuts.
They are. Right.
And you run over on Rumble says David Tennant supporting what they have done to who hurts me as a fan. How can the greatest modern doctor sue for this crap?
Yeah, I'm not. I know certain people feel different way. I mean, this guy also was Scrooge McDuck as a voice, in the remake, and he did a very good job. But when he does these kind of things, just like Mark Hamill, De Niro, you just scratch your head and you're like, what? What are you guys doing, man? And then the argument will always be, well, they can say what they want. They have a voice too, right? Okay, sure. And we do too. And we can tell them to shut the fuck up because what they're saying is ridiculous. But sure.
Right.
But then the other argument is like, why do we always have to entertain this bullshit? This fake utopia these people want to live in. We want to live in reality. Other people want to live in a fake utopia. Well, that's their problem.
Oh God, DJ Robbie.
I see what you did there with the spelling, DJ. Good job. Okay, man. you won the award, Jay. We'll get that spatula out to you in just in a few days.
Very good, DJ. Very good.
Yeah, we keep them around for some reason. I think that's.
Oh man, that's funny.
No, but it's just like we can, and of course you went out there and started calling us names. So guess what, David? You're getting called names back too, you twat waffle.
All right, David. The gloves are off.
That's right.
And of course, what's he doing? He's a man who is attacking a woman. If I remember right, this is a woman of color.
Yeah,
we
saw
this
the picture.
Tori is a woman of color.
Her picture's down here.
Right there.
Yeah, there she is. Right. So, I mean, this is somebody who doesn't exist, by the way. We're told constantly, depends on which side of the pond you're on.
Of course.
This never exists.
Politics.
There's no such thing
of
a woman of color who's on a conservative side all.
That's just British on British hate.
Yeah. Well, no, he's Scottish. Well, yeah, that's right. He is British.
It's just island on island hate.
Right, well, you're right, though. He is British because it's the British Isles. He's not English.
United Kingdom.
Scotsman. And how's that there, Scots people? Are you really happy about this? Hey.
Can we all agree that Sean Connery would have smacked this man?
Oh, God.
What the bloody hell is this man saying?
How dare you say that in my presence?
Yes,
the damage has already been done, like the Family Guy thing.
God. The shadow point was 5 years ago on the award ceremony. We missed it.
I miss you, Sean Connery. Sir Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah.
Yes. You hear that, David? Sir. I'm sure that somewhere along the way, Prince Chucky or King Chucky will probably, before he cacks, bestow a knighthood on him. You know, it's David of Tennant, of Twat Waffles.
A Twaffalot.
Instead
of Camelot.
Yeah.
David Tennant in Twaffalot. Yeah.
We need a group of old deceased men to band together and teach and go around and teach lessons on they can mansplain masculinity to new generation. Just bring it all back. AI, John Wayne.
Well, I mean,
let me tell you what it means to be a man here, Pilgrim.
Sean Connery, put them all
I
together.
don't know.
Chuck
David
Norris
Tennant.
won't die, but he'll be there too
man.
for some reason.
I don't know how to be a man anymore. My balls haven't dropped again.
What do you mean you don't know how to be a man, Pilgrim?
Or send some of these guys to those monk colonies where they do all that kind of self-flagellation.
Wow.
Well, I've seen a lot of these things, the monks and stuff, and it's just how far they go to like show their concentration and stuff. Exactly. And it's like, I don't know, man, that's a tree stump you're taking to the midsection.
Wow.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm just saying, maybe he needs to visit that day camp. Remember, there's something there. Hold it dear and close, and it gives you testosterone most of the time. I think your wife broke that switch off.
Usually, I'm the one that's going there. Listen to Padawannabe go here. Wow.
I just feel bad for these guys. I mean, you know.
Well, I don't. If you're going to get whipped that much, man, and I mean, and the reason why is he wanted to bang Peter Davison so bad because that's his doctor, right? He wanted to bang him so bad, he married his daughter. So this is what he gets. You get what you deserve.
What is this, House of Dragons? Marrying daughters? Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so he got all his stat points went to a different area. Like being a good person, he didn't have any of those stats.
No, because his parents, I'm sure, were horrible, mean, rotten people. So therefore,
my mommy never loved me. Daddy always abused me.
Daddy didn't love me.
One of those stories.
Daddy used to make me eat 3-day-old haggis that wasn't warmed up.
Daddy
what are you gonna be like? Austin Powers come out?
Exactly.
Austin Powers come out with a musical number. Daddy doesn't care. Daddy wasn't there.
What was it? Was a Pashant of buggering? What was it? It's been a while since I have to sit down and watch those again. I got all three on DVD. I gotta watch it. With a Pashant, I love that. With a Pashant of buggering.
We got Baron.
What do you mean you got Baron?
No, we got him giggling. He's like, "Oh, that's funny."
So, anything else to say about that article?
Well, again, it's virtual signaling. That's all it is. Whenever you have people going, I'm going to be an ally, and of course, like he said, he has a horse in the race. They're dressing their son up as a girl, and this is a young child. This is this is not okay. Someone that young doesn't know. They think they're a dinosaur. So what are you going to do? Glue scales on them and say, okay, go out there and terrorize everyone. You're a velociraptor, right?
When you're young, you think you're a cat, you think you're a dog, you think you're a horse.
You think the president of the United States probably could do better. I don't know. I mean, but the thing is honestly, this is called this is grooming. If you're going to go out there and start, because the big thing is leave trans kids alone. Well, excuse me, when you're that young, you don't know. You're being shaped. Your minds, your brains. Because I remember I was a kid.
Right.
Our minds are still developing at a very young age.
And you're being taught things. You're being shown things. Now, once you start getting to an older age, maybe you start thinking, was it rebellion? Is it for real? Are you just following a trend? Because just like we have trendies in our movement, we have trendies in that movement because it's so trendy now. And you listen to some of these people when they go and interview them and they start asking them the question, they don't even know what the hell they're saying anymore. They just start throwing out all these, these things. Some of us, which some of them contradict each other. True. And it's like, what does that mean? What do you identify? And it's just like, oh, we're here because it's trendy. All right, you got the one guy out there going, well, maybe there's a chance I can bang one of these chicks, a real one. I'm gonna do the little check, the tie check, go between the legs and do the tug, see if there's anything underneath there or not. When you go to, like they do in Thailand. Other than that, honestly, you turn this to a circus, you're hurting people for real. You're hurting people for real. All across the board, including those that really are those that feel they have to transition. And that's why you have the LBG sitting back saying, F off the rest of you. Not us. We're talking about actual lesbians, gays, and bisexuals. And they're sitting back saying, just bugger off. We want nothing to do with you. You're making us a joke, and you're hurting us, and you're hurting our image. We just want to go and live our life, work our jobs, mow our lawns if we have lawns, live our lives, have a picnic, see a movie, watch TV, whatever it is. We just want to enjoy life, and you're frigging it up for everybody, you morons. That's all I gotta say. Oh yeah, also this. Fuck you, Dave Tennant. Just fuck you. Since he did it to us, I'll do it back to him. Fuck you, Dave Tennant. I never liked you. I tried to like you. I'm sorry. Christopher Eccleston is a far better doctor.
I wish he had more than one Susan.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the
fact, I really would have liked to have seen what he could have done with the Doctor. And
he would.
My other favorite Doctor was Matt Smith.
Mm-hmm. So
Capaldi was screwed.
Oh yeah, literally. He was good. He was good. His writing was shit. I mean, not his writing, but the writing that they gave him. But no, David Tennant, if it wasn't for the fact that your butt buddy RTD was an asshole on the set to people amongst other people, and it's showing more and more every day what type of asswipe this guy is, we would have had more of Christopher Eccleston. But no. RTD wanted to have you so bad, except you were in Casanova. No. I'm sorry. I tried to like you, David Tennant. I don't understand, except for one thing. You're in Doctor Who for the same reason women complain about us liking having beautiful women in there. You're bringing in the women that going, oh, my panties are all wet because, he's so sexy. And that's exactly it. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it.
So, fuck you, Dave Tennant. Just fuck you. And that's not the good Gary Cassell way of saying fuck you.
All right, so moving on to our next story. Woo. And I just think if you're already losing your directors, you're not releasing to 2026. What kind of movie are you going to be delivering once it finally does come out? When it comes to this new Street Fighter movie. This is by Joy Parr. It was actually posted 2 days ago. It says Legendary Pictures and Sony Pictures have announced that their live-action Street Fighter movie will be released in theaters on March 20th, 2026. Well, that's if theaters are still around. I'm not making a joke. You look at the box office, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an asshole with that statement. I'm stating fact.
I agree with you 100%. Quit fixating on multiplexes and start fixating on having, maybe 3 theaters and good movies instead of having 16 theaters playing one movie and five of them, and the movie isn't that good, and you're not even filling one theater up.
So let me get this posted over to this and the previous article posted over to Rumble because I didn't post it over there. And I'll continue on.
We're sorry, Rumble.
I'm slacking.
Hey, I'm apologizing. I'm smoothing the waves, man. I'm smoothing the waves.
It says the news comes about a week after we learned that Talk to Me directors Danny and Michael Philippou left the project over scheduling issues. So regardless of the movie not having a director attached, the studio now has a date to work towards. There are no details regarding the film, but we know that it will see a bunch of Street Fighter characters fighting each other, and we can only hope that the fight sequences are incredibly badass. I think you're getting your hopes up too high, Joey.
Joey, you might have to drop the ass part.
yeah, they are going to be incredibly bad. I know I'm being pessimistic about it, but can we honestly say that we need a live action iteration of Street Fighter again?
Only if it's done right, and only if the fighting coordination is better than the sequel trilogy lightsaber battles.
Are they willing to follow the animated movie, the animated show? If they are, then they might have something there.
Are they willing to follow a good story?
Yeah. Can we have a story about Ryu and Ken and their journey and then fighting in this tournament and stuff like that? I just not just go all over the place, but
whoever comes on board to make this movie has the opportunity to make an awesome action movie where they could be really inventive with the fight sequences and try some new and unique stuff. But Joey, this is Hollywood. Yeah. New and unique don't exactly come together that well anymore.
Unique things, unique stuff. I mean,
new
exactly.
and unique. Oh, you mean take this thing and spit shine it?
How can he be saying that when he's trying to do another adaptation of a film series that failed, and then saying we're going to be new and unique? No, I mean, it's called not doing this and coming up with something else. Come up with Back Alley Fighter or something like that.
Yeah. I have watched the Street Fighter anime. It's very good.
It is.
You know what they need to do? They need to do bum fights to movie. There we go.
Speaking of bums, we got a bum in the chat right now.
Oh, great. I'm
Film Tracking. You know, Mike, I can somewhat handle the insanity of Baron and that toxic, and he knows cash money. But no, and oh hell no, not Padawannabe, the George Stephanopoulos of YouTube. No.
Wow.
Whoa, why are you insulting Padawannabe like that?
Did he? I don't know. I don't even know who half of these people you guys talk about are. I'm like, oh, they're in politics? That's not my world. They don't reach out and touch me. I've Stephanopoulos. Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of Padawan.
Know who George Stephanopoulos is.
It's not a name I could pull out of my
press secretary for the Clinton administration. Now he's the host of Good Morning America.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know any of the hosts for any of the shows. I don't even know what shows are on anymore, to be honest with you.
Well, you're not missing much.
Jimmy Kimmel is still a thing, I think.
Yes, Jimmy Kimmel, unfortunately.
The other Jimmy has a show still.
Yes. Recently they said he was abusing his staff. I don't know.
I just have so little. I just have learned over the year. Anyway. It's like they talk, even when things are good, they still have always talked about things that don't affect me. Like I haven't, other than like we see our prices going up and down because they always seem to mention that in the news. And that's a lot of the other stuff they talked about I never saw happen. You know, like maybe I wasn't in a city that was doing it and things like that. And even like you would hear these, new taxes for all these new improvements for the city. And then 2 years later, I'm like, I don't think I've seen anybody fixing anything yet. You know what I mean?
But
where I live now, it seems like it's very community bit, like the money goes into the city. But they talk about stuff. I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but it's never going to reach me. Because I didn't have kids growing up, so I wasn't really in the educational thing. I was out of it by the time things got really serious. I was more your guys' generation where we got into college and we're like, is this something we should be doing?
What's college?
I mean,
by the
exactly.
way. Oh, but being that we do have Phil in the peanut gallery.
From cracking, worst troll ever.
We do have to do that for him.
Phil's gonna have to be a little more creative to get to me, buddy.
Well, yeah, you're asking for a lot. He's about as creative as doing another Street Fighter movie.
Oh wow!
Joy of Horror says about the first Street Fighter movie, that was released 30 years ago. Even as a kid, he remembers thinking, "What in the hell was that?" Then in 2009, there was Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, which was forgettable. I never even knew that came out.
Yeah, that was a thing. The only thing that was good, like I said, was Neil McDonough as the bad guy. That was it.
Well, didn't that actually have like a pretty recognizable actress as the lead?
Yeah, it had the chick from Smallville or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, Kristen Crook. That's what it was.
Yes.
Okay. That was like all I knew about it. I was
people were like, she's not Asian. And it's like, well,
yeah, she's not Asian. She doesn't even look. She looks not Asian.
that movie was on cable one day. What's this? Oh fuck! What the fuck is this?
Did you hear yourself, Cash? Oh yeah, I had that chick from. Oh my god!
Yeah, man, that chick.
Wow!
It had that chick in it, man.
Okay,
are you offended? Are you gonna go cry in the corner?
No, I'm not offended. I'm just
what are you doing? An impression of Tommy Chon, Cash?
Yeah,
that is that chick in it, man.
Hey, man.
And you can send all ladies. You can send all letters to Cash Monet at Phantom Hooligans, care of.
He says, Phil McCracken says, I am not going to be creative for someone who lacks creativity himself. Phewie, Padawani, Phewie.
Yeah. That's all right, buddy. I'm walking on sunshine.
Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that.
About time, Phil. Do you mind?
Yes.
And the last thing Joey mentions is I would love nothing more than to see Legendary produce a great Street Fighter movie filled with some insane action, but we'll just have to wait and see if they are able to bring the right creative team to take it on. Joey, you have the bar set way too high. You need to bring it down. Actually, you know what? Just take that bar, take it, and just place it on the ground, okay?
Now I want to say more that it had that chick in it, and it was lame and gay. No, but no, yeah, it had the woman from Smallville in it, and it was always funny to me because people were complaining, it's like, she's not Asian, and I'm like, yeah, I get that.
The good one from Smallville, not the one that had all the things happening.
Yes, right, yeah. No, it was just weird, and he's right. Like that Rise of Chun-Li is forgettable movie. But
Chung King Chow Mein?
Yeah, right. Yeah. As I said, if they were really serious about doing something cool with this, like they did with when we saw something like the first Mortal Kombat film, then they would follow a lot of the anime and go from there, or just not do it. There's always that option too. Just don't do it.
Well, in something like this, it does kind of lend itself to what is in the spotlight right now because MMA stuff, and that would be something. It's like, oh, you're gonna do this? Fill the background with some MMA extras. These guys are ready for it. You know,
you
have
build
some fun
the story
with it.
around Ken and Ryu, and then you go from there. And just like they did with the anime, and you go from there, and then they build a team, and they become the good guys, and then you have Bison and the other people, Blanca and different characters that they're the bad guys, and you know, then you fight and you start building from there. But do they care enough?
Cash. There's only one problem I have with that. It's modern Hollywood. They're no longer bad guys. They're misunderstood.
I know, man. That's the other problem. I agree with you.
I'm misunderstood all the time.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I don't think Jesus Christ thought some people were misunderstood.
Yeah, right. Good point. Good point.
I tend to think it's kind of all one or the other.
Well, and that is the problem. And we're also seeing that in the gaming too. It's like even in the new Spider-Man 2 game, people are like, who cares? It's like, what do you mean who cares? Like, why should there be villains who are misunderstood in a Spider-Man game? Come on.
At the end of the new big game, like you get the boss down to 100, like 99% knockdown health. You just get up to him and you're just like, yeah, never mind. And the guy just walks away. The game ends.
Is that? I mean, I guess that's possible. The next Street Fighter game could be released in 2026. So
I wouldn't be surprised. And you're absolutely right on this point too. This movie is going to bank on it. Let's say that happens.
It's a fair point.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a ploy by Capcom, not only to get people to go see the movie, but hey, you've watched the movie, now play the game. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I seem to remember there was a Street Fighter movie game released on the PlayStation and a few other consoles back in the 90s, and it sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand Street Fighter's a big, huge game, right? Huge popularity, huge following.
Yeah, it's still pretty popular. Yeah,
but I mean, honestly, like if you're gonna make a fighting game movie, I think I might rather see like a Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
Like,
wow,
give me if you have the one Native American warrior starts learning that there's a world bigger than him, so he starts meeting all these celestial type fighters. It's like, oh, you could actually make something more original with that. We said, Street Fighter's been done, and it's never been done very well. I mean, it's not even. I don't think Street Fighter has really kept up like Mortal Kombat did, right? Is there way more Mortal Kombat games now than Street Fighter? Because I know Street Fighter was like the beginning.
I mean, they're at 6 now, so.
Well, yeah, but Cash, think about Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition,
right?
Street Fighter 2
Turbo Edition, yeah.
ADD Edition.
Yes.
Street Fighter 2, you better be hopped up on Sugar Edition.
Oh man,
in order to play this.
Hopped up on sugar.
That's when people I remember that's when they would have the tools. They're like, put this over the buttons, you can hit it faster. Cheating.
But yeah, if they would care enough, and like Mike said, that you don't have villains who are misunderstood shit and whatever, then it's like, okay, then maybe you guys got something here. But I mean, I'd love to see a good live action Street Fighter film.
Just tough for me. I don't. Other than like Mortal Kombat, I thought Mortal Kombat kind of tied the fake world with the real world. It's like, I don't know if Street Fighter can do the same. I feel like they want to do realistic kind of stuff because the main characters are human for the most part, but then they do have these mystical powers they get. Like, don't make a Street Fighter movie or a Street Fighter movie if you're gonna not have the
I like
moves.
That.
You know what I mean?
You've heard of Street Fighter. Well, now we have a new offshoot of Street Fighter called Street Ball Fighter.
Is this the game where they rip people's hearts out? Because I want to see that.
Piccolo.
Fatality.
Street Fighter versus Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's right. Street Fighter on the basketball court.
Yeah.
See it now.
rip your head off and dribble it down the court.
No. That's Mortal Kombat, Baron.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just,
Well, Mortal Kombat football. Yeah, there we go.
Mortal Kombat football. Ooh.
Well, see, and they could be forward in this movie. You get a big, huge person as a sumo wrestler. You can actually cast a real sumo wrestler as a sumo wrestler.
What?
Come on, man.
That's
what
crazy
would be
talk.
crazy is they'll probably have like some guy come out in like a motorized wheelchair, and he'll be like that Dalsim character where he can extend his limbs. It's like, no.
Timmy!
No.
Timmy!
No.
It's Timmy! Timmy!
Timmy, we're gonna have a problem, Timmy.
How many people have we offended today? I wonder. I mean, we've
6.
really been.
I don't know. How many have you guys offended today?
I know you're. Whoa! Don't rise yourself up above this river of shit that we've been doing here, man. You're the captain of this ship. I mean, I think we've gone across the board and shown exactly how
shit floats. Just grab onto a log and ride down river with us.
No, you got not necessarily. There's sinkers and there's floaters. I learned that from MXC, man. I learned that.
You know what? I take back what I said about Rumble the other night.
What did you say on Rumble the other night? I can't remember.
When we were watching the debate, I said Pop Talk's more organized. Pop Talk's a better show to watch than this.
What? Come on, man. I mean, you talking about that thing, and yeah. I mean, as it goes, and with the being here on the Phantom Hooligan. Being on here with the thing. Okay, we're done. and we got that thing there.
Uh-oh.
He muted himself.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
he didn't. He muted himself.
It was a joke about the debate.
I know.
No, I'm talking about the green guy next to me here. He obviously doesn't understand anything. Yeah.
Nope.
Heard me.
Don't
I'm
understand
going after
anything.
You, yeah, I'm going after you, man. You're not safe.
Well, no one's safe around you, Baron. Not even me.
No, not even
okay,
me.
man. Can't we just get along, brother?
Yeah, can't we get along? Come on, man. Come on, man.
But we do have a song because everybody will probably think, especially those who are new coming to Pop Talk. I believe this is it right here.
Everything sucks.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Pop Talk's dishing out negativity every single day.
Yeah, that's right. We're always negative.
No matter what's inside.
Word.
My band worked so hard on this.
But
hate from United States.
Especially with the first few stories, they probably think we hate everything. Absolutely everything.
Except for one thing, we're laughing about it. I mean, I don't other than the fact that even when I'm telling David Tennant to fuck you, I'm still laughing.
Mm-hmm.
It's always
fun. He doesn't really mean it, folks.
I don't hate anything. What I don't like, I don't involve myself in, and what I do like,
David Tennant
I like. Stay away, Cash. You don't get any of them. Oh, padded Superman.
Oh, come on, man.
No, Christopher Reeve wasn't padded
original.
like the new.
No, I thought that was the new one.
No, man, stop padded Superman.
That's all Christopher Reeve, man. That's all him, man.
Yes.
Just
I wonder what kind of shape he would have got in if he would have been more
modern
modern weight training when he worked out.
Look at those man boobs. That's him.
Nobody has a cowlick like that.
We have the story from Cosmic Book News. It says Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, reveals new images, statement from family. The documentary gets released on September 21st with an encore on September 25th, Reeve's birthday. This is by Will Harang. It was published 2 days ago. It says Warner Brothers has released new images and a statement from the Reeves family for the upcoming Superman, the Christopher Reeve story documentary, coming to theaters in September. The documentary gets released on September 21st of this year with an encore on the 25th, Reeves' birthday, through Fathom Events. And this is a statement from Christopher Reeve's family. We'd considered participating in projects about our dad before, but it had never felt quite right. We are our father's children, always on the go, moving forward, looking ahead, dedicating ourselves to our families and careers and passions. If we were ever going to hand over decades worth of home movies, ask key family and friends to share raw and vulnerable memories in on-camera interviews, and do the same ourselves, it would need to be done with the perfect team at the perfect time. As we approach the 20th anniversary of our dad's death, oh gosh, I can't believe it's been 20 years.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's precisely what we have in Passion Pictures, Misfit Entertainment, and Words Plus Pictures, and the documentary they made. What is now Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, began as a series of transatlantic Zoom calls. The Passion folks put together a sizzle reel to articulate their vision. We love that. They brought on Ian Von Holt and Peter Doogie. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. Some of these names. We love them when Connor Shell and Libby Geist and Words Plus Picture agreed to come on board. We knew we had our team and we believed this film could fly. What mattered most to us as we thought about this leap of faith was that the film told the Christopher Reeve story, holistically and without favor, and examined him as broadly and deeply and fully as he lived his life. He was an actor, an author, a director, an activist, an athlete, an adventurer, a son, a husband, a father. The documentary is the definitive exploration of all parts of Christopher Reeve that combine to make a hero. Our dad is our hero, and we're touched to know millions of people across generations around the world see him the same way. We are proud and thrilled to share Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, with fans who loved the Superman films or who were inspired by his courage after his spinal cord injury, or who were moved by his enduring love story with our stepmom Dana, or anyone who could use a hero right now. This documentary is a story of perseverance, commitment, love, family, bravery, tragedy, triumph, hope, and so much more. Above all, it's a story of humanity embodied by an ordinary man who found the strength to preserve and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. We take very seriously the pursuit of maintaining our father's legacy. We strive to do that daily by the way we live, the values we uphold, and the causes we're involved in. Most notably, the work of the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, which aims to help find cures for spinal cord injury and provide quality of life support for people living with paralysis. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, is now and forever a cornerstone of that legacy. We gave Ian and Peter and the teams at Passion, Misfits, and Words Plus Pictures our full support and blessing to make the film they wanted. They rewarded our trust in them by crafting a masterwork that captures the spirit of our father and tells the story from his early days to the Superman years to his final act artfully, articulately, and movingly. We are profoundly honored to be associated with Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, and we can't wait for the world to see it. Matthew Reeve, Alexander Reeve Givens, Will Reeve. What is Superman, the Christopher Reeve documentary about? The story of Christopher Reeve is an astonishing rise from unknown actor to iconic movie star, and his definitive portrayal of Clark Kent Superman set the benchmark for the superhero cinematic universes that dominate cinema today. Reeve portrayed the Man of Steel in 4 Superman films and played dozens of other roles that displayed his talent and range as an actor, before being injured in a near fatal horse riding accident in 1995 that left him paralyzed from the neck down. After becoming a quadriplegic, he became a charismatic leader and activist in the quest to find a cure for spinal cord injuries, as well as a passionate advocate for disability rights and care, all while continuing his career in cinema in front of and behind the camera and dedicating himself to his beloved family. Goes on to say, from the directors of McQueen, Ian Bonholt, and Peter Edegui, again.
Etegui, I think it is. Yeah, I think.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You're good. You're good.
This film includes never before seen intimate home movies and an extraordinary trove of personal archive material, as well as the first extended interviews ever filmed with Reeve's 3 children about their father, and interviews with A-list Hollywood actors who were Reeve's colleagues and friends. The film is a moving and vivid cinematic telling of Reeve's remarkable story. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, is produced by Passion Pictures, searching for Sugarman, The Territory, and Misfits Entertainment, McQueen, Rising Phoenix, New York-based production studio Words Plus Pictures, financed and also produced the film. Words Plus Pictures, founded in 2021 by Connor Shell, is led by the creators and producers of the 30 for 30 series, the Emmy Award winning The Last Dance, and the 2017 Oscar winning OJ Made in America.
Wow. Okay.
Well, this is something I'm interested in actually going to see.
Me too.
Especially if it does come to my theater around me. I would definitely go see this.
You better talk to Mom and Pa Kettle down there at your theater and say, hey, I want to see this.
It's not like I have a direct audience with Mom and Pa Kettle.
Oh, come on. Don't they know who you are? It's like, this is Mike, Doc Pop from Pacific414. Come on. It's like, I can make you or I can break you.
Right, Baron, right. But no, seriously, I saw this and I was thinking, I hope it comes to my area because I would love to see it. I mean, yeah, it's only going to be for one day, but still, it'd be worth going to see.
Agreed.
And I know they had the 21st and 25th listed, but I'm saying one day because usually if my theater does get something like this, they don't get it for the 2 days that it'll actually be out. They usually get it for just one of the days. Thoughts on this, guys?
Well, it'll be definitely interesting. Definitely. I mean, I hate to say this, I don't see this a barn burner in the theaters, but I think when it does hit the streaming services, especially with a good word of mouth, it probably become very popular out there. And I hope it's good. I mean,
yeah, I hope so too.
It sounds like they might have a solid track record. Just what they need to do is just not turn this into some sort of propaganda piece and just talk about man.
That's right.
And for many people, he is Superman. I mean, nothing against Henry Cavill, but I mean, for them, even more so than George Reeves, Christopher Reeve is their Superman, and and he's the one that started helping usher in these superhero movies.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of the.
Without him, there wouldn't have been a Batman '89.
There's no Batman '89 without the Superman movie. I agree.
Exactly. So I think this kind of helped out because most of the time the superheroes were being put to TV because we're not going to be able to make anything in a motion picture with this. We'll just do these cheap TV shows. But here, Christopher Reeve and everybody else involved made this awesome movie, an awesome sequel. In many ways, basically The Godfather 2, Empire Strikes Back. People think Superman 2 is even better than Superman 1.
I still agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, even though 3 and 4 definitely 4 fell down.
Yeah.
What were you thinking of, Christopher, with 4? Come on. But exactly. I mean, it still helped in usher 89, Batman 89, for them to make that chance. So, let's I hope it's a good one. It looks like it could be interesting. I'll probably see it streaming, not in the theater, because I'm sure there's going to be a theater somewhere around here who has it, but I don't get out because I'm a coward.
Okay.
I hide in my basement. Okay. I hide in my basement. Where's my ice cream? I want my ice cream. Where's my ice cream? Okay. I want my ice cream. Come on,
Mom,
man.
did you order my pizza?
Oh, stuff. Oh, pizza. Pizza. I love pizza.
Long suffering. Order pizza. Baron wants some pizza.
I can't do that. She's got that broken wing. So
then he's like,
I'm Mr. Belvedere around here.
Long suffering. Can I get some donuts, please?
Oh, actually, we had
some wings.
Actually, a friend of ours brought donuts and donut holes to us the other day.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was very nice of her, except for one thing: the long suffering ate all the donut holes before I was up.
Oh,
I know.
Well, and then she laughed at you after she did it. I'm sure.
I'm sure in the inside, she did.
I got you.
Rightly so.
No. This is what Baron saw. She's looking at her fingers as she finishes the last one. There we're good.
Yeah.
Well, at first I thought it might have been, because it was a little box or whatever. I thought, oh, well, you got a breakfast sandwich, for crying out loud. I didn't get a breakfast sandwich. I got donut holes. Oh, was there any for me? No. Yeah, she keep me in my place. It'd be nice to Mr. Belvedere.
And then it was sad, Baron.
Well, I think it's because
the Mr. Belvedere theme starts coming on.
Yeah.
Well, in every game of dominoes, there's a winner and a loser. You're the loser that day.
Well, yeah, I'm always the loser. Well, I think it's because, I made her sleep on the couch that night.
Ooh.
One for the men.
Yeah, well, actually,
take all the donuts hole, and
it was under doctor's orders, though, because they didn't want her to lay down, but they wanted her to sleep reclined that night because she went through the procedure, all the drugs. They didn't actually knock her out when they did the surgery for her broken wrist, but she was whoopee. It's like, I've been there. I know what that's like. So they said
they hit her on the drugs, man.
Yeah. So they said to help her out with the breathing. They were concerned about her breathing, so they said, well, we don't want her sleeping on a bed. Have her sleeping, because we have a reclining couch. So I got the bed to myself until the dogs got in there.
Oh, doggies.
Yeah, it's amazing what bed hogs they are. It's like, all mine. Bark.
I mean, heck, even cats. I've had dogs and cats. It's like, okay, you're this small, yet you take up that much room in the bed.
I know. I'm lucky. I never really had much problem with cats. I mean, the greatest cat in the world that I had, Rascal. She would sometimes lay between me and the long suffering, the former long suffering, but not really hog space. Or she'd sleep on the pillow on top of my head. and are at my feet. So she was never a bed hog. And of course, we had a little game where she'd flick her tail at me and I try to catch it, at night. But yeah, I mean, I've never had a problem with the cats pushing me out. The other people have, but not me. It's dogs. Why does it have to be dogs?
Well, it is better if you're like, well, how'd you sleep last night? Oh, really crappy. Really? Why? Oh, the dogs kept pushing me and kicking me. That sounds a lot better than if you're like, oh, yeah, I had to sleep on the couch because the wife was mad.
Oh, no. Yeah, she threatened. But she was the one. But, the funny thing is the long-suffering almost did get pushed out of bed by our dachshund a while back.
A dachshund.
Yeah, a dachshund. Yeah, it's amazing what dachshunds can do for hogging space. Ugh.
They got those little feet. They can rabbit punch.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
All right, so guess what? Box Office Mojo actually has the box office numbers up for once.
Woohoo!
And I'm going to recommend a movie for you folks. It made $11 million this weekend, and that's Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1. It's a very good movie. It is a movie where I was watching it, and I did feel that if they wanted to, they could have had it on a streaming service, or they could have aired it on TV and broken it up into parts as a miniseries. But as far as a Western is concerned, I thought it was very good. I thought there was some truth to what they were talking about as the expansion out west was occurring, and things that were developing and happening between the native tribes and those pioneers who were coming out and expanding territory. So it has some truth to that, but it's a very good movie that has 3 different stories that are all related to the main story. And Kevin Costner does a good job. And another thing about this, even though Kevin Costner's in it, he directs the movie, he's not the main spotlight in this movie. He lets the other cast members have their time to shine.
Wow.
But as a Western is concerned, it's very good. Now, it is 3 hours and 1 minute. I don't know how many people can sit through a 3-hour movie anymore. So keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
But Dances with Wolves was my learning curve.
But it really didn't drag on, because I was telling my sister after I saw the movie, I said, yeah, I didn't feel like there was any real low point where the movie was just dragging on. It had a nice steady pace to it. And before I knew it, the movie was over.
Well, that's just it. It's not necessarily the length of the film. Can you keep people's attention for the length of that film?
Right.
I mean, you can have a short film when the person is going, are we done yet? But obviously, he's taking the word saga serious. It's like, I'm going to give you, I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a saga.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Costner, he's always been kind of partial to Westerns, really.
Yeah. He was in Wyatt Earp.
Mm-hmm.
He did have a gripe because Tombstone got the better costumes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, Dances with Wolves, as was mentioned by Padawan. Yeah. Wasn't he in Silverado too?
I don't want to say yes because I don't remember if he was.
Wow, the budget for this was $100 million. Oof.
Even though he did do a good job in the Untouchables, but
yeah, that's a really good film.
And he's in that series that's on right now, Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and he was in Silverado. He was in Silverado with Scott Glenn, Kevin Kline, Rosanna. I mean, that had a huge cast. My uncle loved that movie. He dragged me to see the film. I mean, it didn't have to necessarily drag me, but I mean, he said you got to see it. So it's like John Cleese, Kevin Costner, Brian Denny, Danny Glover, Jeff Goldblum. That's a film where it's like an all-star cast.
Well, this movie definitely, if it's gonna make a profit, but I'm glad to hear it's very good. I mean, the trailer looked good, so I'm like, yeah, I definitely still want to see it. But if it's gonna actually make a profit, it's gonna have to do well overseas, of course.
And my sister, she's a fan of Sienna Miller, so she asked me how
I
to
haven't
see it.
seen her in something since it's been a little while.
Well, she asked me how she was in the movie. I said she was very good. Everybody was good. There wasn't one person that stood out that made you went, "Oh gosh, why is this person in the movie?"
Well, it's and that's the thing when you're talking about the international. It's kind of funny. You have people around the world that are more fascinated with westerns now than Americans are. Because they do see this as, this is our, folklore, this is our tall tales, all that, and they're fascinated like that. Just like we're interested in those, in the Arthurians and various other stories, Robin Hood, all that from, William Tell, stuff like that from Europe. So it'll be interesting, exactly what you said, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be like overseas.
Yes.
But yeah, I highly recommend that if your theater's showing it, go see it. And if you like it as much as I do, then it'll be worth going to see Chapter 2 in August. See, you don't even have to wait that long to see the second part. Because I will give something away. They do show the trailer for Chapter 2 near the end of the movie.
Kind of like when they did Back to the Future.
Yep, that's what it reminded me of.
Oh,
well, the big.
I was just saying that might answer my question. I was going to ask, does it seem like it's a 2-part movie, or do you think the second part could be in like another story?
It's going to be a continuation of this one, because where it leaves off, it seems like the direction that they want to go with it is that Chapter 2 picks up right where Chapter 1 left off.
Okay, so
you don't miss a beat.
And Matrix and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just like
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future 2, left off. Then Back to the Future 3 picked up right where 2 left off.
Now, my big question is in this whole thing, and I think it's the most important. Do the wokey pokey scream in this because of this film? Because it's not being sensitive and inclusionary and all that fun stuff.
Here's the thing. You do hear some characters say the indigenous people, but then you also hear other characters say, "Yeah, the Indians, the Indians."
Right. Yeah, because that's how they say. I mean, in many ways, it wasn't even being an insult. It's just that's how they talk. That's how people were. It wasn't an insult, folks.
And one of the things it portrays in the movie, this is kind of a little spoiler, but not a major spoiler. It portrays how people who immigrated to the United States from other countries were reacting to the expansion to the West during this time, as they're going along with the wagon trains.
I think that would be, that's kind of an important one. It's like, what were, these people from other places feeling like when they're going across there? I mean, yeah.
Because there's a particular couple who are pretty much told, no, in this wagon train, what's yours is ours. What's ours is yours. We share this as a group.
A communal existence.
Yeah, if we don't, we're not going to survive this journey.
That's where I sit back. Oh, sorry.
And you know who's in this movie? And I was surprised to see him in it. Luke Wilson. He was in it.
It's a good actor. Very good actor.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you. He's good enough. And see, that's where I sit back and say, not to get political here, but this is where I say that when you talk about a communal or, they'd sit back and go full communist type of thing works on the micro, not the macro. In this sense, you got to do that because you're a small group and you got to survive together. And it works on that one because it's easier to watch everybody, especially yourself. If old Hans there is trying to take a little extra or hold back something, and you can call him out. So yeah, and that's exactly it when they talk about those situations. I think they're communists. No, only for when they needed to get from point A to point B, because just like he said, they weren't going to survive otherwise.
But the cinematography is done very well. The scenery, absolutely beautiful scenery. I don't know if they actually filmed in Montana and Wyoming. That's where parts of this movie take place. But because I didn't stay long enough to watch the full credits to see where they filmed it. It's like as soon as I saw that the credits were rolling, I got up and left.
He had to go to the bathroom, folks. It was 3 hours.
Well, that is the truth. I did.
That's why they need to get intermissions again in these theaters.
Yeah.
That way people go. That's important. You can get your food and give them money. Intermission. Okay, I can go to the bathroom, get in their popcorn, whatever. Come back. I'm all ready.
But here's the thing too, Baron. I did say to my sister, if they had chapter 1 and chapter 2 playing the same day with an intermission in between, or maybe a couple intermissions in between, I would have stayed.
I believe it. And that's just it, though. You need to have intermissions for these films. When you start getting to those 3 hour mark, really at about 90 minutes or so, you need to have a break and give people you do. At the right spot.
And that is something I really wish they would bring back for 3 hour long epics. Is bring back the intermission. I mean, the last movie I could think of that had the intermission, there could have been other movies after, but was Godfather 3. And we're talking back in the 90s.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Dancing with Wolves and Titanic did not have intermissions. There was some. I'm trying to remember. I want to say there was a movie that did. I just cannot remember what it was.
I don't know.
But yeah, 3 hour movie. If it's good enough, I'll sit through it. I don't have any problem with that.
Well, Lord of the Rings, right there, the trilogy. I mean, each one. I mean, even the one that wasn't the extended version was long.
I mean, it's funny. People are like, "Oh, I can't sit and watch a movie for 3 hours." It's like, have you ever had to go to like a kid's soccer tournament or baseball or whatever? You're sitting all day long. You kind of don't want to be there, but you can't sit through 3 hours of something you might like. I mean? But there's definitely, like, I'd way rather sit through a movie I kind of am enjoying than do jury duty. I mean,
too bad you were in New York, man.
I would much rather, there's things that I have to do and I can sit for 3 hours, and people are like, oh, there's no way I can do that for 3 hours. It's like, do you get anything done? Can you do anything for 3 hours? It's like, can you work for how do you work? You can't sit down for that long? I don't know. That always.
Some people can't. Some people only sit down long enough to eat something, and they're
that's true.
Right back up on their feet.
That's true. Some can't sit that long. Yeah, it's like attention. I gotta do something.
Only in the bathroom. Only in the toilet. Just let me go in there with my phone, and I'm good. I'm good.
My legs went numb.
Well, the top 5 movies for this weekend. Before I even say that, if I'm going to give this movie a rating, I'm giving it 8 out of 10.
Wow. Don't let Jace hear you say that.
Is it comparable to anything? Like, enjoyment wise? Like
Rebel Moon Part 2.
Don't say that movie. Oh, man. Oh, God.
You know what parts of this movie reminded me of?
Oh man.
And I'm not saying the whole movie, but parts of it did remind me of Unforgiven.
Okay, that's kind of, I was like, because instantly I was like, well, it's probably not like a Young Gunsy movie or like, you know, a shoot 'em out. You know, I was like, okay, it could be like True Grit but it's more of a traveling, you know, not the outlaw Western.
How about
the survival
aspect. How the West Was Won? Something like that.
Yeah, you can compare it to that too.
So good. Well, this is something I can look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, you know, if you want to wait,
said, right?
Yeah, part 2 of it comes out in August. Okay. Let's see if Internet Movie Database's Box Office Mojo has the date. I don't know if they will
say who produced.
Well, I had it.
I'm just curious who might be streaming this when it comes out.
Well, it was released by New Line Cinema, which is owned by Warner Brothers, and
okay.
So I don't know if they go all the way up to August. Let's see. No, they only go as far as July 28th.
Okay, so just a month out. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a search.
Well, just a second here, Mike. I had that up. Let me see if I can get back up here again. I did have it up, man. Because so oops, in what am I doing here, man? Come on, man. And it looks like the release date is set for August 16th in the United States. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, produced by New Line Cinema.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the information I have too.
Yep. And they say the budget for listen to this. The budget for part 2, $50 million. The budget for part 1, they say anywhere between 50 to 100 million. So relatively, if you're looking at 50 million, that's not that much money these days making a movie.
No, especially a Western.
Right.
Yeah, according to Google and some of the other websites, the part 1 is supposed to be 100 million. So that's
go
ahead.
Well, I think what helps out is because the first one they're getting all sorts of sets, props, costuming, all that. Which take care, deleted.
Bye.
Take care, Steven. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Which helps drop the budget down for the other films as you go along, because you have a lot of the stuff already made up.
So. Right. I hope it gets its money back. You know, it sounds like, you know, Mike's got a good argument for it. I mean, I was planning on seeing it anyways, even before Mike said it, but it's good to know that, you know, sounds like it's a quality Western. I'm always for a quality Western. Yeah.
I'm also not going to, you know, sit here and say that everybody's gonna like it. No,
right.
Some people are gonna sit there, and it's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that happens.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
but I've really enjoyed this film.
Yeah, Thomas Hayden Church is in it from Wings, if people remember. Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor. He's
quality.
He's very good.
Very funny in Sideways, and if you haven't seen Sideways, I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, he said Luke Wilson, Will Patton. Yeah, as long as it's not Patton Oswalt, that's good.
Yeah. But it's a movie I would highly recommend. And no, I didn't record an out of the theater review of it because I wanted to talk about it today.
And he is.
But again, it's an 8 out of 10 movie for me. Why? Because it meets all my expectations for a Western, for an epic, for a saga. It, doesn't just revolve around one particular set of characters. You have multiple set of characters who are all part of the same story. How they go about it, it's going to be different from one group of characters to the next.
The famed Santa Fe Trail. Now, if only they could get Clint Eastwood to do a cameo in one of these. I'm not kidding. That'd be great.
That'd be cool, though. Yeah.
Well, I don't even know who's in part 2. Let me look that up and find out. So give me a second.
Well, that's no problem. Actually, I got it right here. Basically, the list is kind of small. Basically, everyone that we saw before. But Glenn Thurman is in there. I don't know who he's playing. But basically the same cast of characters as the first one.
But yeah, if you're looking for a good saga, good epic, a well-told story, and a Western to boot, well, then go see it.
Pilgrim.
That's right. Go get your saddle, put it on your horse, get up on that horse, and ride yourself to that movie theater.
Yeehaw.
And when you get to that movie theater, order yourself a nice big sarsaparilla. No, but I mean, even the sets for the different towns, they made them look authentic.
That was going to be a question I had. Did you feel like they were sets, or did you feel like they were on locations, or?
They were obviously sets, but the way they did it, they obviously looked into the history of old Western towns, and you could even look at Tombstone and see things in this movie that were in the actual Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you are familiar with this town, I know not a lot of people are, but there's this ghost town called Bodie in California.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at pictures of that, you'll see some similarities to the towns that they built in this movie.
Oh, and just to let you know, they were filming in southern Utah.
All right.
Which looks like about most. Yep. Which looks like most of the West at that time.
Mm-hmm. But again, I know it seems like lately I've been praising one movie after another, but these movies have been meeting my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a roll. Be careful.
I know.
Yeah, but these movies have not been the usual fare that we've been getting fed. That's just it. We're just so used to, the ones that they really push hard. I don't think they're really trying to push this film hard, sadly. They probably should have been doing a better job of pushing it, but no, the ones that they do want to push really hard are the ones that suck.
Mm-hmm.
And taint.
And I will admit, my sister and I did go to see Inside Out 2. She paid. Yeah, she paid. She says
about that one.
Good. Make her pay.
She and I, I drive, she'll pay, and but we went and saw it, and it's not a bad movie. It gets back to Disney basics. I know, shocking, right?
Did they outlet the work out of America?
No,
it's Pixar.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They did not. They went back, like Mike said. They went back to basics, and
so you're trying to say you and Cash agree? Wow,
it does happen.
I don't know.
More than you think.
I know.
Well, it's nice that they didn't ruin a series, though. And everybody.
No, they didn't.
The second one's so different. You can see what they did. But
after Lightyear, and that how much of a bomb that was, and then Elemental, which I still haven't watched, which was turned into disappointing in the theaters. They actually, this one is already made over $1 billion, and they deserve it because overseas, total. So overseas,
I can show it here. Let me just get my
$1 billion.
No way, an animated movie did well overseas. What?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, they're
it actually
welcoming animated.
This is well, I mean, Pixar is just getting back to why they are supposed to be the #1 animated studio in the world, but recently it's been like they have not been showing it. They deserve to be smacked around by DreamWorks and some of these other studios, but Illumination
just like we said, if they do something wrong, we damn them. If they do something good, we praise
That's
them.
Right.
It's nice. It's nice to praise for once.
Yep,
it is.
It really is.
I mean, more than likely, those higher ups probably want honest numbers anyway. They don't want skewed. If something does good just because people are telling us to go see it, they don't really want that either.
Well,
false numbers doesn't give you profits in the end.
We'll now see with their next one, of course, with Deadpool and Wolverine. So other people are like, "Oh, it's going to be good. We know it's going to be good." Well, I hope so.
I don't know.
Hope so, but
I've seen the trailer for it twice in
know.
the theaters, and I'm not feeling it.
Yeah,
Mike is underwhelmed.
I am.
I
see
want
that trailer, and I'm going. I'm not feeling it, and part of that has to do with the sequel.
Yeah, I mean the sequel just wasn't as good as the first one. The first movie I thought was still really good. The second one had some problems, and I will always feel that way. So.
Well, that's the thing. That's usually what we always sit back and say. It's like, the sequel is as good. It's that weird time when we can sit back and say, "Oh, the sequel is just as good, if not better."
Yep. The Cable and Deadpool banter was really good, and Josh Brolin did a very good job as Cable. But still, I mean, that kid with the powers was stupid, and just
stupid.
It was overall, I would say, a pretty good movie, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
Anonymous, if you want to join the panel, you can. You are a Stealth is Optional member, and the link's in the community page if you want to join.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Inside Out 2 shows that all you have to do is get back to basics.
Yeah, just get back to basics. I mean, the thing is, like, Inside Out, with some of the emotions they added, I know banning the comics and probably some other people said this is unnecessary, this is fine, but it made a lot of people happy. It made people clap in the theaters. That's great. It was good to see that again for a Disney movie.
It was nice that Cash was clapping in the theater, unlike when he went to see Oppenheimer where he was screaming USA, USA, USA.
Sure, Baron.
My sister and I laughed after we saw the movie because it did remind us of ourselves as we were growing up, going into our teenage years, and going through the various different types of emotions. And
they showed things that like kids actually still go through. With friendship and all this other stuff. I mean, with how they turn on their friends because they want to be popular with other people, and just other kids, and it was very good. Very good movie.
You kind of threw me off when you said that. Here, I thought you were saying that Cash walked out of Oppenheimer laughing. Okay.
Oh boy, this guy Baron, man, he's trying to be funny
the
again.
Oppenheimer stuff again.
Yep, he is, dude. Yep, he is. Every time he's, hey, let's bring up Oppenheimer.
And then you bring up Godzilla minus one, and he calls it the sequel.
I wasn't going to do that this time, but now that he did that, I mean,
it's.
I know you too well, Baron.
It's just because like I'm just not ever been a big MonsterVerse Godzilla fan. I mean, I don't think Godzilla's stupid or anything, but it was like when I saw -1, it was more about, for me, not just Godzilla, of course, but the human element. And I really enjoyed the human element in Godzilla -1. So.
That's not what he's told us Pacific. He sat back and said before that God, he hates these monster films. He can't just don't tell Crit how stupid I think these things are. These are the worst things ever. And so just don't tell Crit that, he said.
Oh boy.
Well, maybe Cash shouldn't tell Crit, but I can't guarantee our next panelist won't.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Hi, Animus. How's life?
Oh, you having fun there?
Baron's losing his mind a little bit. Don't mind him.
Well, what do you mean?
Baron's going Joe Biden on us.
Okay.
What do you say? What, man? What? Come on, man.
I know you're hanging out there in that Truder tonight from the depression.
I gotta go down to the Waffle House now. People there, and have Jill tell me how good I did. Yeah.
I mean, really though, Anonymous, like this Deadpool Wolverine movie needs to be at least good. It needs to be better than the second one. It really does.
I think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it
has.
I could
I
totally
think it has
be
a
wrong, and
chance to. I think it has a chance.
I'll eat my words.
Right.
But everything I've seen about it and everything I've heard about it all points in the good direction. It's not. I mean, it's supposed to be completely making fun of multiverses, Disney, all their stupid crap. The Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds together, they've had this weird relationship forever.
That's true.
Each other, and that's
right
on screen this time. So I don't know. I got my hopes up just a little bit. For something good. Yeah.
Well, don't worry. They'll announce that they're engaged here before the movie comes out.
No, stop.
But the big thing I
Blake Lively.
The thing is you can actually trust Al Moss on his decisions. Come on, man. I thought you learned that. Normally I don't say this, but I'll be right back. I'm going to get another drink. Here's why I'm saying this on the earth, because I got my headless on. I can listen to every word you're saying. So don't think I'm not still listening in. Be right back.
He's lying. He can't hear us.
Man, I never lie. You lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Oh my God.
But you know what? Someone needs to just throw him into a river one day and get him a bath. That boy probably hasn't washed since he was an infant.
Got stink on him.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that. Like I said, I'm tired.
I'm just trying to help.
Join the club.
No, man, Deadpool looks good to me. I'm sorry. If you
I
feeling
think
that's fine.
I think there's some
fine.
Potential there. I just not gonna jump like some other people. Oh, of course it's gonna be good. We know it's gonna be good. Look who's in it. I'm like,
obviously.
Yeah, it's just,
Well, I have said that if I hear genuine positive reviews on the movie saying that it's good, I might give it a chance.
Okay.
But
there's
a key word in there.
It opening weekend.
Might.
Yeah.
I'll go watch it second week probably.
Yeah, I want to see.
Generally, this thing is going to be. I'm sorry, this thing is going to be big. A lot of people, so it's going to be.
It should be. Yeah,
packed the first week.
Yeah, it definitely should be, man. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see if this will be another win for Disney. Be interesting.
And not that I want that, I want them to fail, to be honest with you. But
I'm going to praise them though when they do a good job, even a very good job. I'm going to praise.
You got to wonder though, is it they somebody at the board or somebody Bob Iger or something? Right. We need some money influx, so we're going to have to make a movie or two that isn't woke and isn't full of stupid feminist ideology that we can get people in and actually make a little money. The revenue streams have been
you want them to put a chicken in and make it lame.
It stinks.
Yeah, I'm back. I heard. Yeah, are you trying to say my butt stinks, Mike? Huh? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say I got a stinky butt?
I heard you.
I heard you. This show today's gone everywhere.
Hey,
butt in a straight line. Butt in a straight line.
But that one's your fault, man. That one was your fault.
It's your fault, man.
I didn't say anything about you. I didn't say anything
I said about me
you.
not taking a bath. That's what you're saying. Come on, I heard you.
Right. Uh-huh.
This guy.
I haven't probably had a bath since I was an infant. Come on, man. I told you I could
He gets a bath once a month, whether he likes it or not.
every other month.
The one suffering has to drag him out. Say, okay, I'm going to hose you down.
Well, she can't right now because she's got a broken wing. So, I get to go stinky even more.
All right. Then your daughter says, okay, Dad, come on. It's your monthly bath. Don't embarrass me.
They don't live here. They don't care.
Mouse does. Mouse is the only one in the family that cares.
He goes out.
He looks at you like, when was the last time you took a shower?
Baron goes out of his house and said, "Oh, is that a skunk? Oh, it's just a friendly cat. Oh, here, skunk. Ah, it's all right."
I haven't seen Mouse in a
French.
while. I mean, ever since he took a whiff on, he's been hiding. I don't know where he's been there, but I guess that's the reason why I got my superhero name, Stinky Bunghole.
Stinky Bunghole, huh?
Stinky Bunghole. Yeah, it's Stinky Bunghole.
What's your superpower?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Gosh.
His name is
No, I do not.
Stinky Bunghole.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it could have been Swamp Ass.
I'm sure Baron's friends with
That's
King
a better
Ass
name,
Ripper,
actually.
too.
Yeah, I say that. I'll be Swamp Ass.
Are you friends with King Ass Ripper, Baron? Is that what you're
No. Crit and I, we're not talking, just like you and I aren't talking. You know me. I'm alienating everybody.
Everybody? Oh, okay.
I'm alienating everybody. Yeah. Crit doesn't like me because I don't like Fury Road. He refuses to talk to me.
I didn't like it that much either, Baron. So
yeah, but he's got a personal grudge against me for some reason.
Is that all it takes to get him to stop talking to you? I don't like Fury Road.
Oh my gosh.
See you, Crit.
No, just say something about Avatar 2. That will do it. That'll seal your fate, man.
Oh my gosh. He likes the terriblest movies. Like,
okay. Hey, Crit, that's Animas.
You got terrible taste, young man.
Hey, you better be careful when you go out in a boat because there might be an orca that tips it over.
No, if you want to tick off Crit, just tell him One Piece sucks. That'll do it for sure.
One Piece the show or One Piece the anime?
Anything. The show, the anime. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like the show, the live action.
Well, don't tell you that. Don't say that because if you really,
I'm sorry, live action was.
I like the live action too.
They don't start talking to you again.
I don't. I still don't know how to feel about the Avatar, The Last Airbender. I've thought about finishing the live action, then I thought maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
Well,
did you watch the anime or the cartoon yet?
I've started it, but
you ain't done squat. Don't even. Yeah, just go watch the cartoon.
Okay. You should ask the long-haired Moppet because you guys been talking in the background there, in the DMs there. Because when I asked them, they were just dumping.
They weren't. They weren't happy.
Yeah,
about
she loves Avatar, but she does not like the show. You should ask her.
The show's terrible.
Yeah, well, and she's like 21, 22 years
old.
Well, I'm bringing them up right. Yeah.
It's just, it sounds to me for a lot of people, especially the fans, it's not memorable. I'm sure there's other people who like it, and that's fine. But it just seems to people don't want to talk about it anymore. Of course, they're not really talking about One Piece anymore either. I wish they would talk about the live action because that was
they have no problem as time goes along.
Things have their day, and I guess
yes, I agree.
Also that when they come out with season 2, they're still worried. There's some apprehension.
Right? What are they going to do?
Switches?
Right? Exactly. Yeah. There has to be because Netflix is involved, so you have to be wary. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you have 8 episodes, you're waiting a year up to
and you've got to have more. I mean, even this first season, it should have been stretched out to at least 10 episodes. At least. They rushed that last arc, unfortunately, a little bit.
Well, I can see what the thing is everyone's talking about. Only 8 episodes and such. The thing is it sounds like all these people are going the BBC route of doing television work.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, you only had like 6, 8 episodes a series or season.
Right.
And yeah, it might have been like a 5-season show, but they only had 6 episodes. 6 episodes per, so there weren't that many episodes.
Right.
And it just kind of brings me, one, I kind of was a fan of, they should do some more of that because there's some shows that don't need that much.
No.
But then they start suffering for shows that do need more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously One Piece needs it. But no, we got the story here, and I think we're interrupting poor Mike. And I'm already going to be talked to afterwards. I don't need to put anything more on the list of stuff he needs to talk to me about.
Well, we're talking about anime. Well, 5 major anime piracy sites with 137 million monthly users targeted in new U.S. subpoena request. This was published 4 days ago. It's by Sheik Naverdi? I don't know.
They probably just import people now at places like CBR. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
The anti-piracy group ACE, Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, comprising some of the biggest media companies in the world, such as Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Disney, Paramount, Sony Pictures, Universal, and Warner Brothers, has requested subpoenas via a U.S. court for some of the world's biggest anime privacy sites in a bid to curb copyright infringement. Via Torrent Freak, ACE has requested the personal information of the operators of several massive anime piracy sites. Of the top 5, even the lowest, Anime Online CC.to receives a massive 18 million monthly visits, followed by Kickass Anime.mx 18.33 million, Go Jara.to 27.33 million, Anytaku.to 31.33 million, Anykaku.so 42.33 million. These add up to a massive 137 million monthly visits, with other smaller sites mentioned increasing this number further. Goes on to say many of anime's biggest piracy sites are operated via Tonga, Mexico, and Somalia.
The hell you? Oh, I'm sorry. I realized I don't have to see it when I have.
The hell you say? Yeah, be lazy.
Torrent Freak notes that these requests are helpful rather than definitely resulting in the arrest of its operators. This is owed to pirates providing false information to website domain providers and is compounded by the clear pattern observed in the above list of the most popular anime privacy sites. Many of the sites end in .to, intended for use for operations in Tonga, MX, Mexico, SO, Somalia. Alongside Colombia, Russia, and China, these countries are often considered to be lax, slower, even uncooperative in taking down sites. Anti-piracy efforts have seen limited success with AnyWatch. Nevertheless, ACE and the Motion Picture Association of America have some recent success. They recently went through courts in India, successfully getting a blocking order to stop users based in the country from accessing the world's formerly biggest anime piracy site, Anywatch.to. With India comprising a huge percentage of its users, the site quickly folded there, before promptly rebranding to another site immediately demonstrating the difficulty of tackling piracy. Japan aims to prevent anime and manga piracy via AI translation, fines, and arrests. With anime and manga piracy likened to cutting off the head of a hydra, Japan is
Hail
trying
Hydra.
to
Hail lobster.
Japan is trying to stop this at the source through controversial initiatives like translating 50,000 manga titles over the next 5 years. The country hopes that satisfying demand quickly and at a lower cost will incentivize customers to choose legal means instead. The Japanese anti piracy agency CODA is also working with international state police on arresting identified suspects, with local state police raiding 11 homes in Brazil in collaboration with South Korean intelligence. Convicted pirates in Japan face notoriously severe sentences, with the formerly biggest Japanese manga piracy site, Magamura, fined a massive 1.7 billion yen in a recent court order. As of June 2024, this is the largest cost in damages in Japanese history. I thought this was an interesting article, especially, piracy is rampant with people going to different torrent sites to watch recently released movies, or even if they don't have a movie and it's an older movie, they go to those sites to watch those movies. You see that the
Who would
studios
do such a thing?
Hey, we haven't seen Crit in a while, haven't we?
Oh, we really haven't.
Did they catch him?
He's out there in the Pacific
Just
somewhere.
dropped off the face of the earth.
He's out trying to outrun the Japanese pirate hunters. Orca pirate hunters. There we go.
The reason I'm not obviously.
I'm kidding. I'm not accusing him of that.
I know, but
I'm just telling people.
I'm not saying we condone piracy on here or anything, but the whole thing is that these streaming sites, they become greed, and that's why this kind of stuff starts becoming rampant. Think
about
go ahead.
Subscribing to Crunchyroll or something like that, and how much they're asking to subscribe just for a year.
And then on top of it, they censor things, and I'm sure they're still doing that, which is just absolute bullshit. Yes.
Yeah, they make it for our sensitivity. See, this is the one thing I've always thought was a problem when it comes around to anime fans all across the board on that one. It's hard for this to, well, first of all, like I said, a lot of the anime fans don't make it good because they go out there with the superior attitude, the dub versus subs and stuff like that, and make it a very big attack. I mean, they can be, I'm not saying all of them are, don't get me wrong, I'm not doing that. But so many of them out there make it, when you want to talk about a group that's not making it welcoming, it's a lot of the people in the anime. So they got to shut up. They have to shut up if you're going to get more people coming in, because not everybody wants to
see a sub, right?
Yeah, they want, and you got to give them the best dub possible, right? Truest to the form, right? So you got to get rid of that. The other thing too is the fact that I'm talking about, even when you got the videotapes or DVDs that come over here, the cost of them are so expensive. You are pricing out the potential of getting new people in. It has to be the fact that you got to start thinking about, you got the quality, right? But you need to get that quantity out there. You're going to make more money by lowering the price type of situation.
True.
And someone who will go in there, instead of buying one, because that's all they can afford, they might go out buying 4 or 5 instead. And it's like, okay, start putting your profit motive up on that one. Boom, you're making more money. You got to make this more affordable, and you got to get a front out there showing that anime is more than boobs and blood and violence.
True.
That this is a wide range of stuff. There is, One Piece obviously is a bit of a comedy. It's a bit of adventure. It's definitely fantasy, and it's fun, right?
Yes.
So it's like, no, this isn't your boob blood, weird stuff where the breast expansions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
that's why I understand people are turned off when there's too much fan service. I get it. It's like, oh no, there's a panty shot or there's this and that. Like, I get it. It's just not for everybody,
Right.
And
or or you have something like Go 13, which is definitely much more of a thriller adventure. And I'm going to say it, man type of thing. It's like the Executional series that you had for men's novels, pulp novels and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, the guy's going out, he's got one job, to kill somebody. In the manga and the anime YouTube, not for real. And of course you got comedies like Spy Family.
Yeah, you got comedies, you got harems. There's comedy in the harems.
You got
definitely.
Sports.
There's sports animes. There's ones that, like you said, fantasies. There's ones that are action. There's ones that are just comedies. You can find any kind of genre for an anime.
Fiction. Right,
science fiction, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, you got Space Battleship Yamato, also known as Star Blazer. You got Captain Harlock. You got Voltron. I mean, it goes across the board. I mean, of course, you got Akira, which is definitely a cyberpunk. So they got to do a better job of that. But if they want to knock out these pirating outfits out there,
right,
they're going to have to make their product a lot more enticing legally, and one of which, again, lower the price, make it more accessible. What's going to happen when you get this group of weebs dying out here in the States? And this is supposed to be trying to take over our media because your stuff is supposed to be a lot better. It's not supposed to be playing this woke garbage. It's not supposed to be playing the Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, Kurtzman crap. But how can you do that when you got a bit, let's face it, a bit of a bad image and not a good price? You got to work on it. You got to do something like Sci-Fi Channel had, where you had that week of anime movies and showcasing them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good, like
Tsunami's
coming back and things like that. But you add more.
Yeah, they're showing
more
classic 90s anime.
Right, exactly. Add more.
Would something like this be helpful if they had like a Western distributor, or is this just?
Well, they do.
They have them.
Okay,
They have them.
but it's still
They
that
do.
expensive.
But
It's still
the
just that expensive.
The problem is that even with the Western distributors, when they're localizing them, they change it into woke garbage.
Right.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
They can. They definitely.
Crunchyroll is just horrible.
Yes.
Oh well, I was thinking like a hard copy way. Like they have they've made a lot of manufacturing plants over here too. Wouldn't like a hard copy where hard copy's kind of going away, but wouldn't that preserve kind of what they're looking to do?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I hear that they're trying to change it because a lot of the studios in Japan are tired of it, and they're putting their foot down. And that's exactly what they need to do. They need to put their foot down, and they need to okay the voice actors and actresses. They got to okay the translated scripts over to make sure that it is translated as best as possible to the Japanese. And the Japanese culture, if it's dealing with Japan, right? If it's dealing with Japan, screw trying to make it worldly. No, we want a world experience. If it's something that's not exclusive to Japan, of course, obviously, that doesn't matter, but still stays close to what the story and the world universe is. Yeah. And so the studios over there in Japan, they're starting to do it, but they really need to come down hard. They need to start rethinking their distributors over here. And it's going, we're going to go with somebody else who's going to respect our property, not you that want to bastardize it.
Right. I mean,
and that will be a big, giant help to the enemy.
You look at these prices, like for the Blu-ray, and yes, I've found some good prices around Christmas for stuff like Cowboy Bebop and Black Lagoon.
Right.
But you 35, 13. Some of these go, of course, even higher on stuff like Amazon. 51, 49, 87. This is for that just the DVD.
What helps is what helps is having a region-free Blu-ray. Then it doesn't matter. You can actually get even better deals that way.
True.
And that's the other thing too. Also focus. I'm sorry, weebs. I'm sorry, this is going to piss you off. Focus on getting stuff dubbed and dubbed properly.
Yeah. I mean, there is still some quality dubs out there, even if people don't want to believe it. But there are. My Hero, I think, is quality dub. I don't think Fairy Tale is a bad dub. Yeah, there's definitely some dubs out there.
Cowboy Bebop wasn't bad dub.
Oh, really good one. Yeah,
right. There's a lot of good dubs out there, and they just got to make sure it stays up to that quality. And because, again, not everybody wants to read subtitles, and that's one of the bad things about reading subtitles. You have this beautiful artwork, right? You have this beautiful artwork you're doing, but you're spending so much time reading, you're missing some of the nuances of what they're trying to get across on the screen, right? Something that might be important by seeing on there, but you're focusing too much on trying to read, especially somebody like me that's slightly dyslexic and dumb. Right? I was like,
me too.
My lips are moving. My lips are moving as I'm reading the subtitles across the way.
Me and Baron's brothers.
Yeah, you got that right.
I can't. Sometimes I can't even read fast enough. If they get too much text on the screen, you got to pause. Read it.
I mean,
just
even.
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, even like a Blu-ray, like $50 for a Blu-ray for a season 2 or a season 1, that's a lot. I mean, that's not very cheap.
This is old for older stuff too, right?
Older
stuff should they made their money. They should be discounted heavily. You can't like American stuff. We can get a series of a regular TV show here if it's super old and it's been out for a while.
Right.
And they're still printing it. You can get it for $20 or a whole
now if it's like a
5-season,
like a Babylon 5 or something like that, then I can understand it's like $100 or more. Yeah, right.
Well, plus it just came out too, so
and it just came out. Right, exactly.
Yeah, give it some time.
That's the first print, so expect it to be high.
But around Christmas or whatever, it was like, or recently, it was like $30 off. So it's like, oh, sweet, all right.
Yeah. And there'll be other deals as you go along, and it's going to drop in price as it goes along because you're going to get those impulse buyers, which I almost was, but obviously you and Mike are, and I don't blame you guys for it because it's a great, it's like really
the rich people are the impulse buyers.
Well, deep and really hardcore fans for something. Impulse buyers. I mean, if you really want to say, I need this, it's obviously. You're going to go out. I mean, I know because I've been there. I saw something. It's like, I got to get this limited edition copy of this book or whatever, and was more than willing to pay the extra money for it. That's impulse. I mean, I don't really need to as long as I get the book. But I mean, I got a couple of role-playing game books that are that way. I got to have the special one.
And we got to
because I'm special.
Kind of take in the idea that I don't want the thing I have to be too popular. Because I don't want scalpers to get a hold of it, because there's some things that shouldn't be as expensive as they are that I'm trying to get. And it's like, oh, it's over $100. Oh, now it's $200. Oh, crap. Now it's $400. And it's just because they know people like, oh, they'll pay that. It's just, you don't want it. You want it to be good, but you don't want it to be too good. It's just a different era. It's like, you can't go, oh, I'll just go to the pawn shops or the garage sales because, but everybody's thinking that now, you kind of got to live in an
pawn shops ain't even what they used to be now because most of them, I got the internet to figure out exactly how much it's worth.
Exactly.
Right.
I went into, there was 2 Lego shops in my town and one was ran by, I'm not sure if he was Swedish or Finnish or whatever, but he was definitely from that area. And his parents kind of would come in and help on that. I loved his store. And then I go to the store across town and it's ran by 2 women and they're just going through like boxes of Legos that they've recently purchased and they're pulling out all the minifigs and pulling out all the special pieces. And I'm just like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just wrong to make it so profitable like that. It's like you were mentioning, they price it out, and it's like, there's things that I'm just not looking. It's like I might never get that, It's, and it doesn't even have to get that expensive, So,
well, no, exactly. I mean, like as long as I have something I want, it doesn't matter if it's expensive or not. I mean, as it goes for me, I'm a collector on what I like, not it's going to make a lot of money, right?
Right.
But funny thing happens is you collect something, you find out later, this is worth a lot of money. Okay, I still am not going to sell it. This is for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's like when, like the Lensman series, Old Earth Books released the Lensman series, all 6 books, as a facsimile of the original one. So you have the original covers, you have the original print set in the inside, you have the original artwork all in there. Of course, I'm going to buy that over the other regular paperbacks because, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. Same thing with Skylark in Space and Hugo Gernsback's Ralph, blah, 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 whatever, what they credit as the first modern science fiction novel. They did the same thing, too, with that. Of course, I'm going to go for those special ones. I like that experience, that immersion. Are they worth a lot more money now? I don't know. I think you can still pick up those older books for the same price as I got them. $15 a piece. Yeah, $15 a little bit more than the rest, but I appreciate it at least. Ain't going to go anywhere. It'll go to the person, after I die, they can fight over their stuff. I mean, I don't care.
It's all about, it's also about bragging rights, right?
Well, sometimes there's a bragging right.
You can be proud of, like my comic book collection. A lot of my comics are just, aren't worth a bunch, just more than what the cover price is, right? But I managed to hit some of the key issues during my time, and some of those are worth some pretty good money. And it feels good to say, I got that issue, man. It's awesome. There's a little bit of pride in being able to say I got something that's worth a lot of money, or
it's kind of
it's popular.
A good fit. You're like, oh my god, other people like that. Because there's been like you were talking about comics. It's like, there's been a few that I've had for decades, and it's like all of a sudden they're popular. It's like, whoa, really? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like the damned Death in the Family with Batman, where Jason Todd was killed by the Joker. Actually, where you could actually call in and does he live or does he die? And everybody didn't like, people didn't like Jason Todd. So it's like, no, awful. I only got, it was a 4-issue series. It was so popular. I was only able to get one issue. One part of the whole thing. I had to wait until they came out with the little trade paperback where they had the whole thing in it. But at least I got one. And it's probably worth something. I mean, that might be something I might sell off because I don't need it. I don't have the. There's no way I'm going to get 1, 2, and 4. I think it's issue 3 I got. There's no way I'm going to get issue 1, 2, and 4. Way too expensive. But at least I got the trade paperback. I can at least enjoy it.
Yeah, you can enjoy the story for what it is.
Right, exactly.
The collectible value or aspect of it is ancillary because you couldn't get all 4. So if you had all 4, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, that'd be different.
Very proud that you had all 4, the whole collection.
Yeah, like the Dark Knight Returns. Being able to be right there and get. I got 2 for issue number 1s of the Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
And of course, I got the rest of the series. I mean, I'm not going out there and necessarily bragging about it, but I mean, I do have.
Oh no, but when it comes up in conversation, he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I got that." You're not just advertising it, but I understand. No. It's a pride in your collection sort of thing.
Well, kind of, yeah, exactly. I mean, you got the ones, but I'm not necessarily going. I mean, just like some of the Doctor Who books I got, with the targets, it's like, hey, I got this one, I got that one. At least, the ones that they sit back and say, they're kind of hard to get. And it's like, okay, yeah, I got it. Reason why? I was there at ground zero, you might say. I was able to buy it when they came out fresh and new. I was that blessed to be there for that. Now obviously it's kind of harder for that. And there's value to some of these books and people are hunting around for it. I mean, just like my Bloom County collection. I mean, I got all the issues, all the strips of Bloom County. I had to get that. I'm a Bloom County guy. Even one of them autographed because, that's how much I love Bloom County. So, I mean, I don't know what the value is on those now, but I don't care. They ain't going to go anywhere, so I'm going to enjoy them. Why? Because I like Bloom County.
I don't know what that is, but I'm happy for you.
In the 1980s, it was, when I was in high school, I'd have my basically a homeroom type of thing. You're by yourself type of situation. I'd hang out in the library like a typical bloody nerd. I'd grab the newspaper, And I'd read through the newspaper. Yeah, I was reading in high school. I was reading newspaper. You know, it's like I'd peruse the A section, which was international, peruse the B section, which was local. Saving, of course, the entertainment. I didn't really even look at. I didn't look at the sports section. That was D section, but I think it was the C section. That was your entertainment, and of course, I'd hit the entertainment. Of course, you have to read the funny pages, and I did. And I'd read all of it, but the last one I'd read, no matter where they had that place, was Bloom County, because I always wanted to save the best for last. So I read my Hagar, I'd read my Wizard of Id, and they didn't have they didn't have Wizard of Id. I'm sorry, BC. Wizard of Id was in the Pioneer Press. Of course, the Family Circus, Blondie, Peanuts, all that. Yeah. Mother Goose and Grimm. I think we had Mother Goose and Grimm in that one. But read through all, but the last one I'd read was Bloom County. And so I mean, it's a funnier Doonesbury, let's put it that way. I never read Doonesbury.
I kept thinking, it's like, is that something like Doonesbury?
Yeah, except it's funny. It's funny and surrealistic. Okay. It's funny and surrealistic. It has a penguin in it by the name of Opus. Opus. Oh God, I love Opus. And Bill the Cat. Vote for Bill the Cat, folks.
You related to Punk Waddle?
Opus? I don't know, but Opus is my man. Opus the Penguin, yeah. He's the man.
Oh, so you want me to let Lospec know that he's no longer your penguin? You've got someone else?
Oh no, I've always had Opus. I've always had Opus. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, I like penguins though. I like penguins.
He's a cheater.
Yeah. He wants him in Penguin Dome. That's why he likes him.
Penguin Dome. 2 penguins in or 1 penguin leaves. Yeah, I love pingies. Oh, there's what's not to like about penguins? Really, honestly,
they can't fly.
They fly through the water.
That's not the same.
Hey, a wish for wings at work. That was a great. It was a Christmas book, and not only that, they also did it up. They did it up as an animated Christmas story. A wish for wings at work, man.
This is my advocate for the day. Cash, Baron, you're fired.
What? What do you mean? How am I fired?
I don't know, but
Cash,
Bill wants it to happen.
Baron Orman Tagge. You guys just have to pull your weight. You're not making Pop Talk great again. So I need to let you know that you're both fired.
You're fired.
There we go. There's Opus. Opus the penguin.
And that's Baron's response to me telling him he's fired. He changes it to Opus. He doesn't even hear what I said. You hear that, Phil? He doesn't even recognize what I said.
Well,
I told him he's fired. I told Cash they're fired, and they're still here.
Well, that's the funny thing. Donald J. Trump, or the Donald as we called him back then, and Bloom County had a war. Berkeley Bressa didn't like Donald Trump back then. And we're talking about the 80s, right? This is the late 80s.
Nope.
And he still doesn't like him, right? So he started putting him into the Bloom County strips. And eventually what happened is Donald Trump was supposed to be out on outside of his yacht. The anchor dropped on him. They had to save his life, so they put Donald Trump's brain into Bill the Cat's body. So you have Donald Trump going around and Bill the Cat's body doing things in Bloom County, buying stuff up and being Donald Trump. And calling Ivanova Trump, his first wife, I can't remember her name, Goldie Knockers. Goldie Knockers. I mean, and Donald Trump didn't like it. I mean,
Marla Maples. Are you talking about Marla Maples?
No, before that, Ivanka.
All right.
One before her, yeah. Yeah, and that was a big fight. That was a big thing back in that day. Him going after the Donald. It was funny, and I mean, yeah, I can laugh at Donald Trump. I can laugh at what he was doing. He couldn't. I might have to pull those down again and read those. They were funny. They're hysterical.
Speaking of a man who could be hysterical at times, depending on the project.
Oh yeah,
we lost one of the greats.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
No, I've been here, man. I'm just laughing at Anonymous. Baron.
Oh, he's here?
And Mike, especially Baron. Baron's just going crazy.
What do you mean I'm going crazy?
What do you mean he's going crazy? He is crazy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we haven't heard this in a while.
You know what really grinds my gears?
We haven't heard this in a while.
I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
Baron wants to yell that every day.
No, that's you, man.
Not me.
Oh, that's you. Come on.
Never.
Whenever the question is asked, you know what the question is.
Sure.
You know what the
What would you say you do here?
That's what I ask you.
Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
That's what I ask you both after each show. What would you say you do here?
Cause chaos.
Yeah.
I cause chaos.
And then when Baron, is starting his nonsense, we do this.
If you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
Well, he's been using his nonsense since the start of the show.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, what does the tissue have to do with it with my nonsense? Honestly, it's this.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
3 hours later.
I'll tell you one thing. We didn't need 88 miles per hour to get into a serious shit show.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
I mean,
like I said, we didn't need to hit 88 miles per hour. We got it from moment one.
And it's great that
right
we're
into
doing
a
all.
wall.
And it's great that we're doing this for during Martin Mull, because I don't think he'd want us to be crying, because he had a very droll humor and he wanted to make sure people laughed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I don't feel bad that we're doing other people. I wouldn't be being this flippant about during their old bit, but Martin Mull, no, we're keeping your spirit alive, man, because he was very
that was
droll
part of his comedy. That was part of his comedy, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have no problem doing this bit.
Yeah.
It's unscripted.
I think Phil wants to hold on to your shirt and say, "Come on, Anonymous, do stuff. Come on, man.
Get off me, Phil."
Wow. Okay. Oh, we went into a little weird area there.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start reading the article, which was posted yesterday. And it says Martin Mull, the comic musician and actor who started with 1970s TV series Fernwood Tonight and went on to appear as Colonel Mustard in Clue and on Arrested Development and Roseanne, died Thursday in Los Angeles. He was 80. His daughter Maggie announced his death on Instagram, writing, "I am heartbroken to share that my father passed away at home on June 27th after a valiant fight against a long illness. He was known for excelling at every creative discipline imaginable, and also for doing Red Roof in commercials.
Oh, that's right. He did do that.
Mm-hmm. He would find that joke funny. He was never not funny. My dad will be deeply missed by his wife and daughter, by his friends and co-workers, by fellow artists and comedians and musicians, and the sign of a truly exceptional person by many, many dogs. I loved him tremendously." Mull was nominated for an Emmy in 2016 for his guest role as political aide Bob Bradley in Veep. Most recently, he had made guest appearances on The After Party, Not Dead Yet, and Grace and Frankie. He guested in 2015 on NBC comedy Community as George Perry, the father of Gillian Jacobs' Britta Perry, and on CBS comedy Life in Pieces. Mole had a recurring role from 2008 to 2013 on Two and a Half Men as Russell, a pharmacist who uses and sells drugs illegally, and attended Charlie's funeral in the season 9 premiere episode. The actor also recurred on Arrested Development as a rather incompetent private investigator named Gene Parmesan, who has a habit of showing up in inane disguises. Mole was a series regular on Seth MacFarlane's single-season Fox comedy Dads, starring Seth Green and Giovanni Ribisi as the owners of a video game company. In 2013-2014, playing the father of Ribisi's character. In 2008, he guested on Law and Order SVU as Dr. Gideon Hutton, whose denial of the existence of AIDS leads to his conviction for willful negligence in the deaths of several people. Mole's film and television career really all began with his stint as a talk show host, Bart Gimble, on the weekly satirical Norman Lear created TV series Fernwood Tonight, which was later renamed America Tonight in 1977 and 1978. The mock talk show also featured Fred Willard, co-starred as Gibble's dim-witted sidekick, Jerry Hubbard. These shows were spin-offs from Lear's seminal soap opera Send Up Mary Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it mentions Willard passing away in 2020 at age 86, and Mole reteamed on the 1985 HBO mockumentary, The History of White People in America. Mole played Roseanne's gay boss, Leon Karp, on her same-titled ABC sitcom from 1981 to 1991, to 1997. And he was reunited with Willard for a 1995 episode of the show, in which the two were featured in what was certainly one of television's first gay weddings. Yeah, wait, we didn't have anything like that prior to.
No.
They were just pushing the envelope then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, him and Fred Willard together with that Fernwood Tonight, it's just those two together. Can you just imagine that? It's just wild. Of course, a spinoff of that Mary Hartman, which was a bizarre show as it was.
Mm-hmm. On the Ellen DeGeneres sitcom, The Ellen Show, not to be confused with the earlier Ellen, which ran for 18 episodes on CBS in 2001 to 2002, Mole was a series regular as Ed Munn. He recurred on Sabrina the Teenage Witch as Principal Willard Kraft from 1997 to 2000. From 1998 to 2004, Mole was a regular on game show Hollywood Squares in a run of 425 episodes, many of them as the center square.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Eugene Mole was born in Chicago to a mother who was an actress and director and a father who was a carpenter. The family moved to North Ridgeville, Ohio when he was 2. When he was 15, they moved to New Canaan, Connecticut. He studied painting and graduated from the Rhode Island School of Design with a Bachelor of Fine Arts and a Master's of Fine Arts in painting. Mole first broke into show business not as an actor or a comedian, but as a songwriter, penning Jane Morgan's 1970 country single, A Girl Named Johnny Cash, which peaked at number 61 on Billboard's country charts. He began his own recording career shortly thereafter. He composed the theme song for the 1970 series the 51st State, and he was the music producer on the 1971 film Jump. Throughout the 1970s, and especially in the decade's first half, Mole was best known as a musical comedian performing satirical and humorous songs, both live and in studio recordings. He opened for Randy Newman, Frank Zappa, and Bruce Springsteen at various live gigs in the early 70s. His self-titled debut album, released in 1972, featured noteworthy musicians including Ramblin' Jack Elliott, Levon Helm from the band, Keith Spreen from NRBQ, and Libby Titus. Other albums include 1974's 1973's Martin Mole's and His Fabulous Furniture in Your Living Room, 1974's Normal, Days of Wine and Neurosis, 1975, No Hits, 4 Errors, the best of the best. That's right, folks. His box score for today, he had no hits and committed 4 errors. All right, so 1977, Sex and Violence. 1978, I'm Everyone I've Ever Loved. According to a profile on AV Club website, Mole earned a hit on the Billboard Hot 100 with the single Dueling Tubas. His early albums were recorded for Georgia-based Capricorn Records, which was closely associated with the Allman Brothers and other Southern rockers of the era. In the AV Club interview, Mole was asked how a painter found his way into acting, to which he responded, "You know, every painter I know has a day job. They're either teaching art at some college or driving a cab or whatever. And I just happen to look into a day job that's extraordinary and a lot of fun and buys a lot of paint."
Hey, at least he wasn't a painter that got into politics. We know how that works.
Yeah. As far as the acting thing goes, I had a musical career on the road for about 17 years or so. I had bands and so forth. And it boiled down to just my wife and I playing big rooms in Vegas, and you couldn't ask for more than that. There were limousines and suites and the whole thing. But I got sick of it, so I thought I'd try my hand at writing for television. And I had an in to have an interview with Norman Lear, and I was a huge fan of Mary Hartman. I went in and talked to him for, I would say a good hour. We had a great chat, and afterward he said, "We don't need any writers. It's been nice meeting you. I'll see you." And then 6 months later, I got a call to come in and read for a part. After the attention he received for playing Barth Gimble on the syndicated series Firmware Tonight, he played one of the few lead roles of his career in the 1980 feature comedy serial, a satire of life in Martin County, in which Mole's Harvey Hollywood acts, in the words of the Technicolor Dreams blog, as the smartass audience surrogate, verbally challenging every facet of Marin County or Marin laid back lifestyle. Also in 1980, Mole had a supporting role in Tony Bill's My Bodyguard as the hotel manager father of Chris Makepeace, protagonist Clifford. In Mr. Mom, 1983, Michael Keaton was a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, it's a very funny movie.
Oh, man. 1983. I thought it was later than that. Wow.
I thought it was 84.
Yeah. I was thinking 85, but still. Whoa.
Terry Garr was the working mother, and Martin Mole is the sneaky president of the advertising agency with plans for promoting Gar into his own life, in the words of Roger Ebert. In 1984, Steve Martin and Martin Mole teamed up to create the sitcom Domestic Life, in which Mole starred as a Seattle TV commentator whose teenage son operates very successful businesses from his room and makes loans to his parents, but the CBS series only lasted 10 episodes. The actor was part of an ensemble in Robert Altman's satirical, little-known take on the lives of high school boys, OC and Stiggs. That year, Mole also played Colonel Mustard in Clue. This is all 1985, by the way.
Yeah.
An adaptation.
Clue is definitely a film worth seeing, but yeah.
Yeah. Of the board game, one of the movie roles for which he is best remembered.
Hard to
He
believe
starred.
85. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, hard to believe it's going to be 40 years next year.
Oh, don't do this to me, man.
Hey, I'm not doing it. Time's doing it.
Yeah, you're right. But you're reminding me.
He
Time
starred
kills
in
all people.
He starred in and wrote the screenplay for another little-known film that Robert Downey Sr. directed, Red Lips, 1988. Mole tried series regular television again as a star opposite Stephanie Farsi of NBC's His and Hers, which disappeared after 13 episodes in 1990, and on the Jackie Thomas Show, 1992, starring Tom Arnold, and gone from ABC after 18 episodes.
I remember that show. Yeah,
it didn't do well.
That was his attempt to do something after Roseanne or whatever. You know, it was
Mm-hmm.
being on the coattails of Roseanne, he was trying to do there.
The actor began his voiceover sideline with 1993's Family Dog, an early series from Brad Bird, in which he provided the lead voice. Mole guested as himself on 2 episodes of Gary Shandling's HBO series, The Larry Sanders Show, in 1992-93. He also had a supporting role in Robin Williams' 1993 hit Mrs. Doubtfire. Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Trained as a painter, Mole had practiced his art since the 1970s, and his work appeared both in group and solo exhibits. One of his paintings, After Dinner Drinks, 2008, which is owned by Steve Martin, was used for the cover of Love Has Come For You, an album by Martin and Eddie Brickwell. He is survived by his wife, the former Wendy Haas, an actor and composer whom he married in 1992, and his daughter Maggie, a TV writer and producer. He made an impact.
He was everywhere.
Yeah.
To be, it was weird. It's like 2 days before he died, I was watching Lois and Clark, and he was cameoed on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found it kind of odd. It's like, well, that's Martin Mull. God, he's like in a TV show doing wildlife commentary.
How good
stuff.
he was in his role in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I mean, it's the principal. So this guy
he was one of the great character actors. He wasn't hardly ever a star, but he was
right
like that guy. He's like, oh, Martin Mull's in this one. Yay.
No.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah, and that's what's niche. It was being a character actor, which there's nothing wrong with, because if you don't have those character actors, sometimes
that's right.
Things fall apart. You need that person to come in and do that.
And there's some that stand out. You see them and everything. They're really good in it, and they become famous for being, that guy that you just put in there, and he's one of them. He's one of the top.
Yeah, he's one of those. You're that guy. You were in this, that, and the other. You did this.
Kind of like me on Pop Talk.
Right.
That guy.
He's not. He can't carry the show. He's just. He's just there in the background. But you know he's there. It's like, oh, it's that Baron guy.
Come on. The three of us together can barely carry the show.
Jeez.
But man.
Hey, I'm insulting myself too. So
I'm just sitting back saying Martin Mull
this
inspiration.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I mean the man brought a lot of entertainment to a lot of people, so he will definitely be missed.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like he was a little bit like Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Kind of had the same, started out a little bit of the same little musical comedy,
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to remember, Steve Martin never considered himself a comedian. He considered himself a artist. I can't remember what he was calling himself more as. And Martin Mull is kind of the same way, and of course dealing with the music and such. Performance artist.
Yeah, there you go.
And which makes a lot of sense. And so there's a lot of similarities. It's not odd that Steve Martin would buy one of his paintings. I mean, I can see
No,
that.
I mean they became friends and
see
they
how
worked
they
together
became
and
friends.
Mm-hmm. They need to do a buddy cop movie.
It's too bad they never did.
Martin and the Mole.
So seeing as it is almost 4:00 hour.
Oh wow!
I think it's a good time to go ahead and wrap up today's show. But before we do
I just got here.
I thought we're gonna do a 12-hour stream today. 24-hour stream.
No.
I ordered pizza and everything. God.
Yeah. I just popped myself up with a lot of uppers, man. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Ash is bringing the hookers.
Sure.
Woo!
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're
that's what Pop Talk would turn into if Baron and Cash.
What blowing hookers? What blowing hookers? Hey, you bring the blow, Baron? Yeah, man.
Blowing hooker. Yeah, come on.
Instead of building their own theme park, we're gonna make our own Pop Talk with blackjack and hookers.
Like, in fact, forget the blackjack.
Blackjack.
That would be their opening.
I tell you,
man.
Be a wild and crazy time.
Yes.
You're two wild and crazy guys. Yeah. Having a wild and crazy time. Yeah.
But before we go, is there anything that anybody would like to promote?
Sanity.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
You're in the wrong place for that.
I know. That's why I'm trying to promote it.
Wrong place, wrong time, wrong part of history.
Wrong people. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well, I've been doing watch parties with Appy on. We just started watching Legend of the Seeker.
Ooh.
So we did the first 3 episodes last Sunday. We're doing hopefully another 3 tonight, maybe 4. But hopefully Carla, we're introducing Carla Burton to that series as well. She's enjoying it so far. Wasn't a fan
Carla?
of House of the Dragon. Yeah, Carla Burton.
How can you be so mean to Carla? Come
I'm
on.
not mean to Carla. We have fun.
Be nice to my New Zealand Kiwi friend.
We are very nice to her. So she joins us most of the time on Sundays. But right now we're doing Legend of the Seeker, so we'll watch that. I don't know how many seasons there are, but we'll watch that whole series. And we're doing, let me remember what days. It's at 6 o'clock tonight. We're doing that watch party. Tuesdays at 3 Pacific time is Trailer Park Boys. We only got a few more seasons of that left. And then Thursdays is House of the Dragon. So we're on episode 3 of season 2 this week. And that's also at 3. That's all.
Okay, if I get a whiff that you've been mean to Carla, I'm coming after you, man.
Not mean to Carla. I'm very nice to Carla. We have fun, like I said.
Yeah, say hi from me. Say
will.
I'm still rooting for the All Blacks.
We have been introducing her to quite a lot of new stuff. We just watched she hadn't seen Ghost Rider 2. So we showed her that because we thought Nicolas Cage's performance in that is just ridiculous, over the top. But she really liked it. Like, she liked all the scenes. She liked the fight scenes and the pacing and Idris Elba and just everybody. She really enjoyed that film. So that was a good one. And she's really liking this Legend of the Seeker right now. So that's good too. We're trying to give her stuff that she hasn't seen or hasn't seen in a very, very long time. Because she got family. Kids kind of take you out of that for a while.
I know. I'm catching up. I'm trying to catch up.
Come out of the cloud 20, 25 years later. Whoa. Music's all different. Wait.
What does WAP stand for?
You charge cars
You don't want to
now?
know
What? But yeah, we just got those 3 things. So today we'll be with Carla in 5 hours.
Very nice.
Appion. That's Appion with a 0, not a O.
Ab Zero on.
Sounds like a weird 50 science fiction film.
Yeah, really.
Happy Zero.
I have.
What about you, Anonymous?
I've got this thing where I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'd like to promote that and let everybody know, and so you can come by and check it out. It's a lot of fun. You should give it a try.
So, if I understand you correctly, Anonymous, you got this thing that you are promoting that's currently not going and doing anything, but you want to promote it. Is that the gist of it?
Well, yeah. Well, you talk to me all wrong. Wrong tone. Do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Calm down. I'm not a mouse. I wasn't trying to get violent with you.
Quick, Cash, get some cowbell. Get some cowbell.
I need more cowbell. I got a fever.
And the only prescription is more cowbell. So yes, that's right.
Christopher Walken off.
I'm not a mouse. He's gonna have a cowbell stream real soon.
I'm gonna do a stream where I just bang on the cowbell. You'll love it.
I can see you doing it.
I can too.
Everybody out there.
Donk, 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 donk. I'll throw one of those in there every once in a while. Sure. Why not? But yeah, that's all I got. You can go watch my Batman thing if anybody hadn't seen it yet. But then it's old. But that's all I got. Sorry.
I left a like. I like it. So if I leave a like on something, it's because I like it.
Liked it.
You say that nobody here left you a like, and I left you a like.
Mike, did you watch it?
Maybe not.
No, you didn't.
No.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
No.
If we're talking about, I know you want more feedback on your comic book and stuff. So
it's okay. It's old.
You'll get some more feedback, I'm sure. I know you wanted. Well, as I said, I just want you to stick it to the people who says, "Oh, I can't draw that well." It's like, yeah, in your face, bitch. No, but yeah. So no, dude, I think it's cool that you're drawing, man. Just keep it up, really.
I will. It's the one, everybody's got to have hobbies. I'm not trying to make money off it. I'm not trying to have a career in it. It's just, when I'm 50, 60, 70, it's stuff I'm never going to get to retire, but I'll still have something to buy, to fill my time doing this and that and the other.
You can
Hopefully
always
by the
work
time
the
I'm 70,
corners,
my
no matter
arthritis.
what. You'll be good. You just have a puppet show. You'll be fine, man.
Yeah,
No,
That
that's
extra
what he's going to
income.
employ you to do.
Oh, jeez.
Dance for me, Cash.
No,
Cash the monkey.
no.
Cash monkey.
Move that chin.
The greatest chin ever.
But I put the link to your Batman comic also in the chat too, Anonymous.
Thank you, buddy.
Da 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 da.
Now go. No, you all have one mission. Go over there, watch it, hit that like button, and subscribe to Anonymous. Get me?
I already subscribed to him a while back.
Why does Batman look like he's constipated?
Because he is.
Okay.
That's how I envisioned him.
Well, he's got some digestive
Baron.
issues.
Yeah, he ate a lot of pasta.
Fiber. He
Needs more fiber in his diet. I agree. Yeah. Come on, Batman. Come on.
Fatty steak, that'll do it. Don't worry about it. Fiber's not good for you.
The 60s Batman was actually on a lot this morning on Catchy TV or Catchy
you
Comedy.
can also watch
the
the 60s Batman movie.
Nice.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah, why did you put this in this cartoon, your comic here? You should have had a situation like that with the bats. Man.
I didn't want to rip people off.
Where's the pals
I've
and the
seen this
bangs?
before.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, is that the only way you're going to recognize that it's a Batman comic with the pals and Banes?
Yeah.
It's the style. I went with a newer style and not the the old 60s style.
He's going through the comics. He tells the long suffering, I don't see it. Where is it?
Where's the Joker?
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
No,
Where
Baron,
is it?
you're not Batman. You're not
And then
Batman.
she goes,
I'm not
"Shut up."
Batman. Cash isn't Batman.
No.
None of us are Batman. Well,
When-
maybe Anonymous.
When the Orange Man claimed he was Batman, a certain person got mad, but that's a whole nother story. That was funny to me still.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm
Batman.
Batman. Swear to me.
You want to know my secret identity? No, Batman.
Where's the trigger? Where's the Joker? Why
are you asking me to pull a trigger? Why?
Where's it? Alfred? Alfred?
Alfred, where are you? Oh, he left me a note. Gone grocery shopping. Be back in an hour.
Where is she?
Alfred!
went to Whole Food to get kale wrapped tofu.
I don't know, the whole Christian Bale Batman thing. Like, I understand why people make fun of it, but it really didn't bother me that much. But I understand it. Where is it, Alfred?
That's because you went around. I'm Chin Man. Hey,
Chin Man.
pay attention to me.
Hey,
pay attention to this
Where
glorious
is my
chin.
chin? Oh wait, there it is.
You know why? Christopher Nolan. That's all you need to know. Christopher Nolan. That's
It's just like, I understand. It's just like with the Bane thing. Like, I could understand Bane, but I understand. Where's it? Oh yes, yes, the fire's rising. Yeah, but
Where's Gosh money?
I was
Where's
born
Gus
as a
Money?
dog.
Yes.
You merely adopted it.
You adopted the Bane. It's just... Oh man, yeah. As I said, those movies, of course, would never be made without something like Batman '89. Just saying. I would love to hear what James Gunn thinks about those movies. Since he hates Batman '89.
Oh, they're
much.
so great. Yeah, they're so great. Well, you do realize, James, that without '89, those movies don't exist.
Even if you don't-
Nah.
Yeah. I know some people are like, but the whole point of the movie, like he wants to kill the Joker. Batman doesn't kill. Like, okay, I get that, but do you understand? In the comics, he did kill before, and he would probably kill if it's necessary. I know, shocking, but yeah,
I'm shocked.
I know. The Batman.
So, Cash, what do you have coming up on the Phantom Hooligans? I don't know. Using this Batman voice and hear that name, I gotta bring some justice.
Well, George, where is it? On the Phantom Hooligans. No, but we've got, of course, Baron couldn't make it last week, so we'll be back next week with another multiplayer stream. And then there's some other excitement coming up. I'm still planning on doing something with Phil. I know that's scary, but our first Fallout 76 stream went well, so we're gonna plan on doing another one. Yeah.
How could that have happened?
I know, it's crazy. I agree.
Yeah, especially working with Phil.
I still it's not ready yet, but the thing with Rodney, the Smash thing, that I just want to make sure it's all planned out. I always want to make sure these things are planned out, and so that Rocky montage thing is still coming. But like I said, this stuff has to be planned out. It can't just be thrown together, because then I don't think it'll come out that well. It'll turn out very well at all. So. But right now, the main thing, of course, is those multiplayer streams. And as long as you're going to be available, Baron, because if you and Mike aren't available, excuse me, for some reason, then, there'll either be something else or something else a different day or whatever. So
as long as tragedy doesn't hit.
Right. Exactly. And I think as long as the Moppet wants to play as well, then we'll do Dark Tide again. So she's
her.
She's really been into that. Yeah.
She's an obsessed little thing. What can I say?
But yeah, that's what's coming up on the Phantom Hooligans, and of course the multiplayer streams are still at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless it changes, but it's usually always going to be at that time on Fridays.
That's 8:30 Central for all you people in the middle of America.
Yes. The stapler.
I was gonna say, it seemed like Anonymous was doing more of a Trump, while Cash is trying to sound like Milton from Office Space.
Yeah, it is, man. I am Milton. Stapler.
Long streams.
Oh, man.
It's not going to be an 8-hour stream today, that's for sure.
We're working on it.
Stop bothering me, Lundberg. I've got a meeting with the Bobs soon.
You have a meeting with the Bobs?
Oh, man.
I wasn't aware of that.
Your name is Michael Bolton? Yeah, it's just
like the singer.
Like the singer.
You ever considered changing your name?
Michael's a good name. It was a good name until that no talent hack arrived.
That's right.
Hey,
oh man.
Why should I change my name? He's the one that sucks.
PC low letter. Letter.
What the hell does that mean? PC low letter. You don't know. You really don't know. You guys love Office Space, but that movie speaks to me more than
I'm sure
more than all the rest of you.
I get it. Anybody who's in those situations, I understand. Yeah, of course.
I've seen Lumbergs. I've seen,
of course, man.
The Doms,
right?
All the Bobs. Yeah, God, corporate sucks.
Yep. Oh, it must be a case of the Mondays.
It's like, you bitch. No, whoops.
You want to see my flare? You want to see my flare? Here's my flare right here. See it? Flare right on your face.
Yeah.
And I love that Mike Judd made a cameo in his own movie.
Yeah, that was great.
So, yeah. There and I'm gonna need you to promote yourself. That would be great.
I'm Cashman. I'm Cashman. I'm Cashman. Nothing to really promote. I'm being a bum. Me and Cash working on something, but yeah, we'll let everybody know when we hit the road with it. So
that's right.
Other than that, I'm Cashman. Cashman.
Baron, you've lost your mind today. It's all right.
Respect my privacy. Respect my privacy. Please, respect my privacy.
That episode is hilarious.
I know.
And it's great. The fact that the Markles got upset about it, it's great.
Got under the skin, baby. You know they got under Kathleen Kennedy's skin too.
I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Yeah. I would think she might have a sense of humor, but I have no idea.
Megan?
Megan? No, I don't. Megan.
No, she don't. I guarantee.
She was good. I heard she was good on Suits, though.
Yeah, she was, but you can put lipstick on a pig,
That's true.
The missus watched that show and it's like, yeah, well, you can put makeup on the pig, but it's still Megan.
Well, on that note, I don't know how I'm exactly going to follow that up, but
wank.
As far as Pacific414 is concerned, Tuesday I will be playing a game I have never played before, and all I ask is that you have patience with me, and I just need to have patience with slobs. Pain in the ass software.
Yeah, it's been pain in the ass for you lately, bro.
Yeah, what's up? Did you even see my
I saw your
I saw your comment.
messages?
I saw your comment. I saw your comment.
Okay.
But
I
the thing is,
I
with the
couldn't
way
take it any
Slobs was
longer.
I think Lennox said something too. Yes.
With the way Slobs was acting, I
Yeah.
would see your comments, but by the time you guys heard my reply, it was going to be well past.
I don't know what
time that
Slobs
you-
is doing, man. What are you doing, Slobs? Come on, man.
Because I looked at the stream, afterwards, and it wouldn't say it's perfectly smooth, but it's smoother than it was if you were watching it live yesterday. But I will let you know, I have uploaded a video showing me beating the game.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was smoother without. I saw that. So
Very good. So a game on Tuesday that you've never played before, huh?
Yes. Metroid Prime Remastered. I've never played this game.
Nice.
I know little to nothing about what I'm supposed to do in the game.
Oh, you'll have
overall.
fun. It's a lot of fun, dude.
So I'm gonna be
Some
playing.
piece of Metroids. Oh, they hurt so
Is this
bad.
the
Those
first
Metroids.
time you've ever?
I'm gonna get some cream for that, Baron.
Yeah. Is this the first time you've ever played a Nintendo game on stream?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah. Nice.
Yes, a Nintendo game that is made by Nintendo that wasn't, a Mega Man game. Because I've played, the
Right.
Mega Man games.
Right. That's Capcom though, but yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be experiencing Metroid Prime, the remastered version, for the very first time. Again,
very nice.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go on the map. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. So bear with me.
You'll figure it out.
I'll be playing that Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on both YouTube and Rumble.
Nice.
And then I'll be playing it Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Rumble. But I got to tell you right now that the Thursday stream probably won't go all that long. I might only go 3 hours because it is the 4th of July. And
right.
I want to enjoy some of the day too. And then, of course, this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Rumble will be Pacific414 Pop Talk. And our guest for this Wednesday will be Kathy Skywalker.
Woo-hoo.
We know that she's into Star Wars, but she's into other things like Vikings and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, amongst other things.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking with her. And then after that, well, I'll be with Cash and Baron on Friday on the Phantom Hooligans.
Mm-hmm.
Hooligans.
Hooligans?
The Hooligans.
I do want to
Hulu.
thank everybody
Hulu.
who stopped by on both YouTube and Rumble. Over on Rumble, and he also came over onto the YouTube side. You Wrong stopped by. Thank you, You Wrong.
Hey.
We also had Anonymous,
That's me.
Bill McCracken, Pop Culture Mechanic, Deleted Scenes, and DJ Ronnie G.
I don't know who any of those people are.
The fuck you know who those people are, Baron?
The turtle nerd. You know, the turtle nerd.
Don't act like you don't know who they are.
Am I not turtle enough to be part of the turtle club?
Gosh, how rude is this guy? I don't know who any of those people are.
Fame is.
How many of you believe that having a hobby is a healthy and perfect way to express your individuality? Show of hands? Now. Well, you're wrong.
Fame is
that's me right now. That's me right now with Baron.
I know.
Well, you know, the thing is when we're doing the David Tennant story, I was off my game. This should have been played.
How many of you think the opinions of actors should be valued as much as, well, say, doctors, engineers, or a courageous congressman?
Right here.
Yeah, right on. Well, you're wrong. Actors are self-centered punks.
Amen.
I second that. But thank you to everybody who was here in the chat. Thank you to everybody who was lurking on both YouTube and Rumble. I know we were very chaotic today. We were off the rails the moment we started.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. But we still had fun. Still had good stories to talk about. Christopher Reeve documentary, you know, talking about the life and career of Martin Mull, you know, the box office, letting you all know about Horizon. But I appreciate everybody's support. Make sure you subscribe to Cash, Anonymous, Baron, Padawannabe. And as always, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. Take care, all.
Bye.
Bye. Robots, transform and roll out.
And don't give up on Mike, because his stream might freeze every 5 seconds.
I blame Sloth.
Quality entertainment.
No, seriously, I do.
So terrible. Anonymous. How dare you? How dare you? You're a bad man. You're a bad person, Anonymous.
This has been a test of the emergency hypnotoad system. Had this been an actual hypnosis, you would go limp and watch whatever crap